Hey guys, and welcome to episode 40 after the longest break possible of Sothiath the Guild and Beyond. My name is Caboose, and I am your DM for the evening.
What's going
So,
on?
for all of you guys who are joining us and haven't seen us since last year, or
Where am I?
haven't
Who
seen
are
us
you?
ever, we'll go over a brief overlay of everything that's happened so far in the campaign.
Help, I'm being held against my will.
So, our group of adventurers started out in a one-shot that we ran over a year ago at this point, where they were sent to the city of Davenport. Upon hearing that a guild was opening up, there was going to be a trial for guild members. All of them made their way to Davenport for the purpose of finding work and making some coin. Some cousins headed there, a goblin headed there, a very elderly wizard headed there, and an aging knight as well. As they made their way into Davenport,
He was only in his 40s.
they were told that they would be dealing with the initiation and sign up the next day, and there would be a meeting in the guild hall. So all of them managed to find their way to a local inn, a little bit smaller than the very, very capped out inn that was in the center of town. As a performing bard caught their eye as he came in and left an ominous message as he left the streets. They went ahead and chased him down to try to figure out what was going on a little bit, as he basically said, be careful and make sure that you survive, as the entire town was struck by an undead plague. The party scrounged up together, fought through the undead plague, and fought through the large creations of the necromancer before finding out that it was all just a test, as they said. The knight of the group decided, after being gored by a boned minotaur, that a skeletal minotaur, that maybe his adventuring days were in fact done. However,
What a baby.
The other four did continue with the guild, and were joined by a warlock, tiefling, as it were, as well. As you all managed to go through a couple of different events, you met the Road of Destiny, aka the crossroads where everything in this entire campaign has ever happened. Made your way to a local mansion that was having a problem with thieves. Managed to get some information with them. Headed to Sheffield to sort out a situation of lineage that was going on in Sheffield. Connected with our friend Sneck and his family line, who is one of his brothers has taken the kingly position up in Sheffield. More of a figurehead than anything else, but is still there. Upon making your way back down to Davenport, you discovered a wizard's tower, which you investigated a little bit later, as well as the wizard's maze with the slimes that were causing problems and causing disappearances around town, that around the farm that they were at. You then all headed back to Sheffield, as you were given notice by a group of falling adventurers onto a table that the orcs were coming to war. As you knew, one of the first places they would get was Sheffield. You all made your way back to Sheffield, fortified Sheffield, and with the help of some really good rolls and your companions that you hired to work for you at the mansion, as well as a few other things, you all managed to quite easily actually defend Sheffield. With little issues, a lot of goblin casualties, but no casualties to the party, other than a large whale that got dropped somewhere. You all continued to push from Sheffield, pushing your way north into the Dry Gulch to gather more and more information. Before all of that happened as well, you also made a trip down to the Underdark, looking for information on something else. There's a lot that happened, I apologize. We've made our way to the Underdark. We've made our way to a mausoleum And our players, the last part of the trek that they've been on was making their way through Dry Gulch during the war, as they have made their way to a druid to destroy the world tree that had become undead and was taken from life, saving a colony of giants that it was almost driven to extinction. However, they did send their warriors to help you at the gate and allow you passage through the gate. As you all made your way through the gate, you found the orc lands that had significantly more orcs than was advertised by the scouts that had been there. Making your way around the main party through the former Messiah dynasty to the temple. To the temple, you made your way past a distortion field that was distorting time, as well as what looked like some sort of woman, who you all got the feeling wasn't entirely an elven woman. You made your way to the temple itself with a helpful distraction from Tyr of sunbeam from the sky eviscerating orcs, managed to pull away the orcs that were defending the temple itself, and made your way in to find the White Orc King.
It's the team's new distraction setting, the Sunbeam Death Orb.
Sunbeam Death Orb.
Only slaughtered about 40% of the entire population of orcs on the planet.
After fighting Urzog Hellarm, you all had some rough moments in the fight, but all of you made it through. You all managed to get rid of the distortion field, as well as collect some goodies from said orc. Some of you deciding to touch items that were very clearly cursed and luckily made your saving throws, as well as decided to touch water that was very clearly cursed and made saving throws. Some things have happened that were questionable decisions, but they have all lived to tell about it. As we settle back into you guys, as you are still inside of the temple. You've made your way outside enough to see that the distortion field of time is gone, as well as you did see the sight of, as you guys were heading in, a ancient green dragon that appeared to be flying towards the large beam of light that is now gone. There's still quite a bit of noise coming from outside, from towards the direction of the orc camp. As you can imagine, there is quite a commotion there. You all have found on Urzog to go back through it because it has been months. And
Two ears.
You collected 2 ears. There is a ring.
It has been an age.
And there was a great axe, which I believe one of you put in a bag of holding.
Possibly.
There's also a book. The book that I used to open the close the portal or the shrine thing.
Yes.
I have that.
So,
let's see. Bag of holding inventory.
you guys are on the field.
I have a question mark, 1 blood axe cursed, a black razor.
Straight black razor.
I have a water skin.
I forgot about the black razor.
Let's see. So
I know all about that sword.
So I should add an unidentified great axe, right?
Yes. I believe that was the cursed axe that... Oh, no, the cursed blood axe is a different one. Never mind.
Well, guys, it may be about time for a vacation.
Guys, I'm alive again.
Doug is too.
I'm glad for that. I still have a water screen.
You do notice that Sneck's skin does seem to have a little bit more of a greenish color to it. It is no longer pale as it has been. Pale green, but still
I still have a skeletal arm, but
the skeletal arm has not gone away.
Like it's still like bone, or just like
his entire left arm is entirely skeleton. Left arm or right arm? I don't remember which one it was now.
it was my right arm.
Okay, I don't remember.
I've slept since then.
Looking good there, Snack.
Hello?
I still think we should get that looked at.
Yeah, we can
We're
try to
looking
do
at it
something
right
about that.
now.
Well, like there's looking at it, and then there's. I mean, obviously we're looking at it, but I'm thinking he means more of the.
Maybe you like to have like a magician or somebody, or you know, a wizard, or
Look,
you know.
I can fix that.
I
or a
slam the
not
daggers together and flung them
tired
back into the
priest.
short sword.
You slam the daggers
he's
together,
fine.
and you watch as his arm reappears.
Yeah, he's fine. Fixed.
Oh,
See? Fix.
no, all right then.
Okay, that was a neat trick.
We're like on like a stairway of some sort that was leading up to the tower, right?
No, you guys are just in the temple itself at the moment.
We're just in the temple. Is there anything convenient to sit down on? Because Delg is a little hurt right now, and he needs to take a
You were
load off.
sitting on the stairs, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, you could sit on. There is stairs inside the temple that you could very
Oh,
easily.
All right,
God,
Delg's gonna find a
Oh.
nice stair to sit down on.
Just,
sit
just
here.
avoid the ball
Just
bearings.
to
We
go
dropped
ahead
a
and
lot of
toss
ball
you
bearings.
guys.
Yeah, we did.
Toss you
We'll
guys
sweep the
back
ball
to
bearings out of the way.
setting. There you go. That is the scene that you guys are looking at without drawings on it. So let's
All
go ahead
right.
and clear
Oh
drawings.
God, I'm
So
at
he's gonna
19
sit
health.
down, overlooking the corpse of the orc king. For a
What?
minute.
He has no ears, as well as no dragon skull. I don't remember who took that, but someone took the dragon skull as well.
Did we?
Someone, I remember, I watched back the video just to specifically remember what happened. Someone took the dragon
I-
skull. I don't know
I
who.
got
Should I
horns of
add-
a devil, but I don't have a dragon skull.
I will add a dragon skull to the bag of holding.
That sounds fine.
So is
Um,
it dragon skull crown or just dragon skull?
It is a dragon's. It's basically the jaw of a dragon that he used as a crown. Kind of loosely tied together, so the teeth are still attached with some wires, but it's basically the dragon's jaw crown. Is what you
He
can write
probably
down.
just picked it up from Pier 1 Imports.
Yeah.
Hot topic.
Looks
Uh,
plastic.
Is that goblet that the Orc King was drinking from still around?
Do you want to look for it?
Sure.
Roll an investigation check.
The one he was drinking the forbidden dew from.
Yeah.
The one I have a water skin full of.
Sure.
Yep.
You look around and you do find that it had been tossed aside before the battle. You find it kind of against the wall.
Does it look like it's or feel like it's emanating any magical properties?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Or put it in front of my face.
Feeling out at it, it does not feel magical. It is a well adorned gauntlet or goblet. It seems to be made out of some sort of platinum with gems lining the side of it. However, it does not appear to be magical.
Okay, I'll pick it up then. At least, like, I'm like, oh, some treasure.
Add
Sure.
more possibly
Yeah,
cursed
It
things
looks
to your
nice.
bag.
I'll give it to Delon and be like, just add this for party funds.
Sure. Delon,
Yes.
give me a history check. Being as you're from this side of the world.
Sure. History.
Looking over the goblet, you do notice
That's a good sign.
details. You do notice details the dust doesn't quite make out. A lot of them being very tightly inlaid into the platinum itself. You can see very slight engravings that have been worn down over long periods of use. You can tell. However, they do depict winged creatures, looking humanoid in shape. That you're kind of looking over the images. There's several different images of these winged creature or these winged humanoids that you would recognize as the Asmar people, as there's different scenes carved into this cup. One of them being one sitting upon a throne, wielding a goblet that is very similar to this one.
We can drink out of this when we get home.
We have
Celebration.
Dusk, we have other cups. This might be slightly historical.
The
Um,
orc drink out of it. Why can't we drink out of it?
I'm pretty sure the orc would drink out of a bucket of piss if the piss wasn't in it.
I'm pretty sure
Would
they
it
would
still
drink
be a-
piss.
Would it still be considered a bucket of piss if the piss isn't in it, though?
Yeah.
If someone has pissed in it, it was a bucket of piss at one
All
point.
right, that's it. It's time. It's time to ask the real questions.
Is the real question, is the dragon approaching this area?
I think the dragon may still be distracted by a giant death beam of the gods.
The death beam has faded. However, you did see the dragon flying southern or southerly.
Away from us?
Kind of parallel to you almost. It's not necessarily away from you. It's just as close, but it's flying southern or south towards the
south
main
would be
army.
the actual south on this map, right? We are currently
Yes.
in the west. Okay,
Yes, this is cardinal direction map.
gotcha. Okay.
Is the beam of divine energy gone?
Yes. If you look outside, the beam of divine energy is gone. Oh, do you mean from the fountain?
From the fountain, yeah.
The fountain, yeah. The sickly green beam at this point has faded, and the fountain is giving off a very light, kind of white light. It's not very strong though. You can definitely feel a little bit of warmth emanating from the fountain at this point.
Okay.
Give me an investigation check as well as you're looking over the
Okay.
fountain.
Okay. That's normal. Investigation.
Don't do it, Sneck. It's a trap.
As you look into the pool, you can see at the basin of the pool, at the very bottom of it, there is a slight indentation that looks circular in shape, but there's nothing inside of it.
Okay.
It's raised slightly from the rest of the basin, and it definitely looks like something would be sitting in it, some sort of orb or something, but it's not there.
Okay.
I don't think we've picked up any orbs, have we?
Nah.
You see Jalon just looking through his bag. I don't think so.
Got just about everything else, but not orbs, huh?
The goblet was platinum, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a platinum
Aye.
goblet, you would recognize. I'll say that with that history check, you would recognize it as the goblet that was most likely used. Probably not the primary one, but it was one that was used in most likely the royalty of the Asmar people at one point. It would be worth material-wise about 1,500 gold. Historically wise, you're not sure how much it would be worth.
Well, I'm sure it's something we can get appraised somewhere.
I dip a finger in the pool and give it a lick.
Sure. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Wait,
Oh,
is
no, stop,
do I
Jack.
see
Don't
him?
do that.
Do I see him do that?
You watch as he licks the water, and then immediately starts to cough as he spits out the water. Nothing happens. It's really, really, really acidic-y, mildewy water.
How'd it taste,
Heck,
Nick?
I've got a bag
Dale.
full of it. I got a water skin. You don't.
we should
You
You
really
got a
stop.
water skin when there was necrotic energy beaming into it.
It's true.
It doesn't taste like fresh water. It tastes like water that has been sitting in a pool of concrete for thousands
It's
of
very
years.
stagnant.
Did we take a look at these rooms on either side of us?
No, but I can't.
So should we?
We're going to
Or should
assume
we be
there's nothing
leaving?
in them since it didn't come running out when we were fighting the orc.
No, there could be information, or there could be trinkets,
Chinese.
possibly.
I like Chinese
Immediately
too.
runs to the north. Sure. Wherever you guys are going, just give me investigation checks.
I'm gonna follow Snack.
I try to go up. Is that a staircase on the sides, or
For where?
for where they're going right now?
Those rooms are just flush with the top platform. There's also stairs on the back side of the temple that lead upwards towards the rooms that connect with those.
Oh, okay. I see how it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you see the actual top of the temple is built upwards a little bit, you can kind of see the cliff face. It's not
Sorry,
high,
guys.
but you
My
have to go
cat is
upstairs.
giving me the business right now.
Oh, good.
No
So,
problem.
Sneck and Hilda,
Oh.
you guys walk into what appears to be a very, very old library. Looking through it, you find a large amount of dust, a lot of bookshelves with parchments that look very frail at this point. and Delon. As you walk down, you walk into what looks like it resembles almost some sort of bath chamber. You're not sure what the 7. I'll say with the 27 though is a history check. I'll kind of carry that over. This would have been a room that was used by the Esmer people to kind of purify themselves before ceremonies. You do see places where there's kind of a bath laid out, as well as holes that were kind of drilled into it where you would put sticks of incense as well. The floor itself is a very, very sheen marble. However, it is, again, about 1,000 years old, so it is past its sheen, but you can still see where it was definitely a quality marble at some point. However, decay has set in, as it hasn't been tended to in a very long time.
So my history check tells me what this room was. My investigation doesn't find anything noteworthy.
No. Looking through it, you don't find anything noteworthy other than the room itself. Is there anything that you guys, Sneck and Hilda, that you would like to look for through the parchment?
There's a lot of books in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
where? I'm gonna run towards them.
Books?
Books? Where? Oh, here.
All right. Well,
I'm
I
gonna
walk out of the
see-
library.
I'm gonna see if
Just 'cause your
any
path-
of them.
just
Oh,
because
go
of
ahead.
how you went. You went up the stairs and briefly entered what looked like some sort of guard room that had crossbows and a couple of other things that have long decayed down on the temple itself. Yeah, and then you ran to the other side, which is a similar barracks-looking room. Running through the closet, you ran through what looks like a lot of torn-up boxes, as well as a silvered floor itself. It looks like it is a very, very nice floor. As you rush through and get to the book room.
Yeah.
Stick,
Oh,
you catch out of the glimmer of your eye what looks like a very, very shiny floored room.
Why's the floor shiny?
It was quite shiny. Looked pretty nice.
You can see that the floor is coated in what looks like pure silver.
I scrape at it with my dagger to see how deep it is.
You scrape into it. The silver isn't entirely pure, otherwise it wouldn't solidify very well. So you do kind of see a little bit of what looks like some sort of iron that's kind of mixed in with it to make it a little bit solid. However, digging into it, you indent about 1.5 inches deep into it with your dagger. It is still relatively soft. It still looks silver in there. Although
Can you carry a floor?
now it looks
I
as
mean,
it's
I could
tarnishing a
try.
little bit.
I was gonna look for any dwarven books if I see any Book of Grudges.
Sure.
I'll accompany her since I'm investigating the room as well.
Looking through, what languages do you speak, Hilda?
Common, Dwarvish, and Orc,
Okay.
which is helpful.
Looking through these parchments, you do not understand any of the words on any of them. Give me a history check.
Okay.
Let me double check what the written languages of this. Oh, it's its own written language. Okay. You can loosely make it out that it's probably written in Celestial.
Okay.
You have no idea what it says, but
Whatever this Orc King was up to, whatever this library is, it is, of course, not Orcish, because orcs wouldn't keep a library.
Yeah.
Dusk, you
guess-
could also recognize the language as Celestial as you look through it.
It's all in Celestial?
Yes. Do you pick up how aggressively do you pick up the parchments that you are looking over?
How weathered are they? Do they look?
They look weathered.
Yeah,
They
so I'll
look
be
dusty.
yeah, I'll be very somewhat gentle. I'm in a hurry, but not trying to rip it apart.
What is with the? Sorry, their view just shifted for some reason. It shouldn't be limiting you guys that much to the view that it is.
Damn. Roll. Damn.
Roll 20, what you doing?
Broken.
What are you doing, step bro?
It'll roll back. It'll load back in. So, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Just wandering around.
Anything in the shiny room apart from a floor?
There is what looks like a large amount of boxes. It looks like it was used for storage. Most of the boxes are actually still well maintained. You can't tell what type of wood this is, but it is aged very well.
Alright, well, I got a crowbar, so let's start cracking boxes.
Are we doing this snack? Okay.
Looking at the boxes, they are not nailed shut.
Oh,
They
well,
just have
fuck
latches.
The crowbar, let's open boxes.
Just have latches. Some of them do have
Okay.
locks on them, but
Alright, well, I shall investigate for traps and open some boxes, I
Sure.
guess.
go ahead and give me like 3 thieves' tools rolls.
Alright.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna walk past and just shout back.
How's that?
Let me know if you find
You're
anything.
fine.
Oh dang! Double crit.
Watch as he kind of like it with one hand, like just like clicks open one box and then reaches over and clicks over another box with another hand at the same time. The third one was a little bit more difficult. You actually had to use both hands.
Yep.
However, going through the crates, you find a large amount of weathered, rotting food, dusty food. You do find inside of one of the chests a silvered longsword. You find silvered longsword. It has a gold pommel as well. Most of the pommel itself is kind of enlaced with gold with a very, very nice leather strap on it. You find a tome that looks relatively old, but it seems to have some sort of magical property, you can tell, because the book, although it is dust covered still, it looks pristine despite the age. And the last thing you find is a blue sapphire that is roughly about 8 inches in diameter.
Big sapphire.
God damn.
That one gets sleight of handed.
All right, I'm here. What's going on?
Those are inside the chests. The rest of the room...
Nothing is going on.
I have absolutely no reason to disbelieve you.
All right. With the sleight of hand, you will be able to steal the book. The blue sapphire and the sword are a little bit too large to sleight of hand, as they are larger than you. It would still be noticeable, even with a bag of holding.
But the sapphire is bigger than. Wait a minute. The sapphire is bigger than Snack.
No, it's 8
It's
inches
one
in
of those
diameter.
moments is
It's,
like, did our goblin get pregnant?
It's larger than it's around the size of Sneck's head. Like it's large enough it's difficult to steal without being noticed.
It's okay,
Actually-
Snack. You can tell us who did this to you.
Actually, hold on a second. Let me just double check something. I need to check on the size of how heavy that sapphire would actually be. I didn't think about that.
8-inch in diameter sapphire? That's probably going to be about 6 or 7 pounds.
Jeez, baby.
No, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's only 8 inches.
That's what she said.
It'd be about 10 pounds, so you wouldn't need a strength check for rolling that. I'm just
No.
thinking.
I'm
Yeah.
plenty strong.
You can
Alright.
you can get the book away without completely being seen.
Well,
And
it
you do
all
a
goes in the
decent- you
bag
do
of
a-
holding
you do a good
regardless.
You do a good job of hiding the other two. But
You might see a glimpse of blue. That's it.
you see a glimpse of blue and a glimpse of silver.
Well,
Yeah.
Delg
It's
has
walk
a
through.
long and storied tradition of really not caring about loot, and he's fine letting Snack take whatever the hell he wants.
Yep.
So he doesn't really care. He's
I
just
may-
keeping an eye on Hilda to make sure she doesn't get in trouble.
Sure. You chase down Hilda. Is you're just like, Hilda, where are you going?
What's approximate worth of the sapphire?
Based off the look of it, somewhere in the range of probably 10,000 gold.
Woo!
Big money.
Sorry, I've just got like 40,000 gold of the fucking gems in my bag.
You guys, we're getting Bezos rich here.
Yeah.
Let's just
Get
buy
those
the guild.
Bezos bucks.
We'll just buy Fulnia.
That's what we call
Well,
money.
unless you can rip up the floor and take that with us, I don't think there's anything else in here.
I'm looking for books. I'm just like looking for whatever may look like important.
I haven't found any books.
No, it's in here. The
Can
library.
I check how thick the silver on the floor is?
It's about 2 inches out the dug hole.
Oh, it's about 2 inches thick. Can I
that
earth
2 inch-
shape the floor into a more carryable shape?
Just fold it, origami it.
You can earth shape the floor, but it doesn't affect the silver and iron. However, you could earth shape it below it.
Yeah, so I could I could make it come up in like cubes and cause silver's soft and pliable. Right?
You do if you did earth. You'd have to do earth shape to find out the information that I could give you.
All right, I'll try with a small section of floor and see if I can earth shape it to fold the silver
Sure.
over.
Let
Sure.
me get off the floor before you start
Yeah.
magicking it, and I'm gonna go over the other side and see if there's anything over there.
You gotta have faith, Snack. Come on, it's fine. Leave
you're
him
the
here.
first.
So sure, you pop it up. As you do, you find a iron basin beneath each of these silver now what you recognize as floor tiles. As you kind of feel, or you can kind of feel the weight as you lift it up. It is a floor tile basically size.
Ah, interesting.
They kind of separate into individual floor tiles of silver. That is about 2 inches thick before you hit the iron part of the iron solid part of the floor tile.
Well, this volume of silver would probably be too much of a pain to carry back anyway.
Hilda, inside of that room, you again find what looks like a guard shack. Essentially, it is a station with very, very old weapons that are not looking as if they were in operational care. You do find a couple of orcish weapons as well that are there. That are kind of leaning against the arrow slots. But other than that, yeah.
Nothing of note.
No, just very, very old weapons in a place that they could use to defend it if they needed to. Go
Well,
on. Give me a perception check as you before you left the other room, because we're kind of retconning this a little bit since you guys are just exploring everything at once.
All good.
You do notice that the other side where you were, the smaller room that is in between, is laced with similarly to the north side. It is a goldish floor. This room is entirely empty, except for one what looks like altar that's kind of on the southern wall.
I'll take a peek at it.
Sure. Give me a religion check.
Oh yeah.
I'm good at that. I'm not, but I'm decent. I read. I read books.
I disagree.
Looking over it. Hold. 'Cause I need to find the name of the god. There you go. You do read out the symbols to two different gods on this altar. One of them is Eldath, the goddess of peace.
That's the giant skull lake thing.
Mm-hmm.
The cursed water.
Oh, the cursed one? Yeah.
Before that,
Okay.
but yeah. And the other one is Sarenrae.
Can I have a look at the arrow loop and see if there's anything approaching the temple, since there's no green beam of light now?
Sure. As you look out, it's a little bit difficult to make out too far to the south, but looking through even like the southern one, through the trees, you can see that the beam is definitely faded.
Mhm.
Give me a perception check.
Alright.
See if you can make this out.
Character sheet. 17.
Like notepad.
All right.
Here it is.
You hear a lot of commotion. There is a lot of noise going on. It seems like even being this far away and not knowing what they're saying from this far away, there seems to be a lot of shouting. In the Orcish camp, it's probably orders, but you hear a lot of shouting. You hear a lot of screaming. Yeah, that's kind of what you get. You don't really see too much.
Okay.
You can see that the beam is definitely not there, but you know that there was a drop down into the Orcish camp. You guys are up kind of... Basically, the Orcish camp was inside of a canyon, and you guys are kind of along the side walls of the canyon, probably about, I'd say about 200 feet up above the canyon basin, so...
Right. That's all I want to know.
Hey, Delon, you find anything?
It's a gold floor.
The lawn is currently hands together in prayer. You will see 5 gold coins on the altar. And he
Shouldn't
is
you have done that before the fight?
not responding to Snick. You see like a visible like little tick of his eyebrow. He is praying, muttering, hoping that Eldeth is able to find respite at last. And he doesn't really know what to say to Saren Ray. Knows of her, but not much about her.
Can you ask them where the orb is?
And if you know where an orb is...
You would know that Saren Ray is the god of healing and temperance, as well as renewal. She would...
Temper my patience, please.
her title is the Everlight as well. She has some kind of loose references to light, specifically.
Sounds patient.
Well, this part was primarily for religious purposes. This is a prayer altar. The room over there, I'll motion over to, I guess, what would be my left now. Was some type of meditation chamber, some type of bath, places for incense. Other than the floor, the fact that the floor is very shiny, nothing particularly worthwhile here.
Snack, as you look
What are you
down,
talking about? There's 5 gold right here.
I will stab you.
Snack, as you look down at the floor itself, this floor is coated in gold, and you can see your reflection in the gold.
Doc, forget that floor.
Hey, Del, do you want to come over here and desecrate a temple?
You know,
Found a better floor.
What do you mean a bed of floor?
Smash
what are you
it!
idiots doing?
Delg will go and see what Sneck is hollering about. Come
Walk
on,
into
Hilda,
the
let's see what Sneck's doing now.
What do you mean a bed of floor? What did you do?
You walk into
There's
the
a
room
silver
and see
floor over
a...
there, and there's a gold floor here. This is the better floor.
What did
Well,
you
actually,
do?
at current market prices.
Well, nothing.
Oh, this is a nice floor.
Huh? He's gonna look around. He's gonna see this. He's gonna pretty much immediately clock that this is a religious temple, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, no, not digging this up."
What do you mean digging this? What did you do?
I was trying to see if there was a way to get the silver up off the floor in that nondescript room with a silver floor.
I mean, to be fair, to that other room literally just looked like a storage area.
You will actually hear Dalad look back at the statue. Please, the patience thing. Above all else, help.
But it was just a room full of boxes with a silver floor. What do you want from me?
I'm just gonna walk out.
Is there anything in that room?
You know, sometimes he is startlingly impractical. He's going to say to Hilda.
Yeah.
He's gonna make his way over to the other room to see what the fuck they did.
Don't
Sure.
touch the 5 gold, apparently he'll stab you.
You walk into the room as Dusk is very, very carefully looking through parchments. Dusk, do you read Celestial?
No, I do not. But my cat is a celestial? Question mark. Can it read?
Your cat does not know language.
You've got comprehend languages, right?
I do, but it
Man.
would take like an hour or something for the ritual. 10 minutes for the ritual.
You have a friend that has permanent
Like-
comprehend languages.
I was like, Delon, perfect. You arrived just in time. I need you to read all of this and tell me which one is good.
I walk past him and look at the floor.
Sure. You see what looks like a silvered room that looks to be used for storage.
Hey, it's a nice floor. It's a nice floor.
The
but
boxes
get
are
back-
dug. The boxes are dug through. There's a large dagger mark in the center of one. One of the corners of this room is also lifted up, as one of the floor tiles is slightly ajar.
I'll double back to look.
See,
Oh,
I
well,
might
what?
not be.
floor?
I might not be a very religious person, mind you. But this is a temple, a literal gateway to a,
Yeah.
some type of heaven realm.
It's fine. It's just a storage room.
You hear Del
That's
yelling from the other
storage.
side. Not gods, just celestials. There's a difference.
Do you think I know that? What do you want? What
Do you
am I looking
worship
at?
celestials? No, you worship gods.
I try not to piss them off.
Come on,
Do
Hilda.
you though? Do you?
Sure.
Yeah,
you
I
guys,
can tell when I'm not appreciated.
You guys walk through the slate room that is very, very nice marble and slate floors with a bath that is not filled, and holes for incense.
No,
As
but
you walk through the
Delon,
room and make your way back to the central chamber with the large Orc King corpse just sitting on the stairs.
Well, we didn't find Norb.
I wonder if we cut off the head, would that be good enough to make the orcs stop doing whatever they're doing?
Didn't you already cut off his head?
Did I?
I thought we did that.
Did
Yeah, I'm
last
pretty
time.
sure you did that.
I think we did cut off his head. We had to be sure, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Double tap.
I mean, if you want to be sure you're already desecrating a temple, you want to pancake them with the floor.
Don't
Gold on
tempt
one
me.
side,
Huh.
silver on the other. I mean, I could probably carry it.
Sure, Delon, give me an investigation check for looking through the books that Dusk is handing you. Because he has no idea what they say, so you have
Yeah,
no idea
no.
their value.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I can read them, sure, but I'm just kind of like
They
between
look
reading,
like,
just pinching my brow.
They look like, most of them look like historical records from the time period that they were left. There are some religious texts as well as you kind of scan through them. Yeah, that's the general census that you get is these were books from the time period.
Are
Are
any
there-
of the religious texts in decent condition? Like they're not going to disintegrate when I touch them?
I mean, they won't disintegrate when you touch them. Carrying them large distances in the open air might be a different story. However, possibly in a separate plane of existence, they might be fine. Although,
Mhm.
give me an intelligence check.
Alright. It's a saving throw. I need to check.
Right?
11.
They should be fine in the bag of holding. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Out of character, would mending actually fix these books, or is they're like just too worn
I
down?
mean, mending could put pages back together if you broke them, but they're like mending doesn't restore books, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It'll
yeah, just
put the
wasn't sure.
it'll put the two parts together, but the material is still completely frail.
Yeah,
so.
just too worn. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Is there
Ah.
a Tomb Raider style puzzle where there's an orb in one of the eyes of this statue?
Give me an investigation check.
I shall.
Was the orb the friends we found along the way?
The orb was the friends found along the way. Looking over these statues carefully, you do not find an orb.
Oh.
Well,
Out of character, can you remind me why we're looking for an orb again?
'Cause
Is it-
No,
looks
because
like
there's an indent inside the fountain.
there's an
There's
indent
what?
inside the fountain that
How
looks like it could fit an orb.
Cleanse the fountain.
It appears that there's something. It looks like there's something that used to rest at the basin of this fountain, in a small pedestal inside of the water.
Okay.
I nudge Snake. Is it that blue thing you found? Nudge, nudge.
No.
Okay, just wondering.
How big of an indent is it?
That's big.
I look into the pool.
You look into the pool. You can see. You can
push him
clearly
over.
see where it is.
Push him.
You can see what looks like a very, very large amount of mildew and different things that are built up in a very liquidy place, as well as water that is roughly the pool itself is about a foot deep, and if you look down, the pedestal is raised about 2 inches, with the basin kind of sitting inside of it.
Does it like the pedestal, the indentation in there, is it like a couple inches? Is it a foot wide? Or what am I looking at?
The indentation itself is about it's about 5 inches across, and it goes about 2 inches deep.
Hmm.
It looks like it would hold an object of about 8 inches to a foot in diameter.
Are you joking me?
I don't know. Anyone found anything round, about the size of Sneck's head?
Mm.
No.
Nope.
And I saw him shoving a couple things in his bag of holding. Did you find
I'm gonna
anything?
need you to turn your backs and not peek.
I will stare at Sneck the entire time.
Delg will turn around. He's game for it.
Yeah, I'll turn
No.
around. I know what it is, so I'll just turn around.
I'll just
You
turn
can't
around,
watch
too.
the best wizard work.
Oh, do you want me to
He's
witness
wizard.
this?
Step.
He's,
You want
he's
me to
wizard
witness?
shy. He's
I'm
wizard
Do you want
wizard.
us
shy.
to turn around, or do you want us
No.
to watch you in action, Snake? You're gonna need to make up
No,
your mind.
no, you will just see the results of my wizardry.
Uh-huh.
Do you need a witness?
No. I, as best I can, put my body between me and the pedestal and take out the gem and place it in it.
Step into the water and take out the gem and place it inside of it. As you do notice the gem itself starts to kind of glow the moment that you enter it into the water, and as it sits in the pedestal, you feel the warmth of the fountain increase by an exponential amount. Not to the point where it's hot, but you feel warmth is spread into the entirety of the temple. As this happens, you all who are turned around and not looking at Sneck, or if you're looking at Sneck, you watch as all of the decay that was inside of this temple, you watch as this wave of energy flows out. You watch as it just kind of disintegrates and kind of turns into a sheen temple. As well as Sneck, what you notice is that you start to be surrounded by light.
Witness my power!
I can't.
Yes.
I'm turning away.
You
You
did a
can
very
see it
good
in the rest
job
of
at
the
temple.
telling the
I turned
place what it
around.
was to be.
Give me.
I don't see anything.
You guys can see a wave of restoration across the temple from the way you're looking. You watch as the mold and anything that you saw, even cracks in stairs, you watch as it just fixes itself.
Next ability to find items that are required to progress through our world is unprofoundly just welcome. Yes, excellent ability, Snake.
Also, did you try to hide placing the sapphire?
Yes, I was
Okay.
trying to put my body between me, the sapphire, the pedestal, and Delan's eyes.
I am
Delon,
3
give me
times your height.
Give me a perception check and Sneck, give me a sleight of hand check.
He's underwater. Water would just refract the light for you. So
He ain't seen nothing.
Alright. You see Sneck moving around a lot, but you don't actually see the orb and where it comes from. You see
Okay.
the sapphire sitting at the bottom of the basin after he's done. as the light continues through the top of the temple, and you
I taste
watch
the
as
water
the
again.
restoration settles. As you taste the water again, the water is very pure. It tastes like a very, very fresh spring water. The entirety of the mildew taste is completely gone from this water now.
That's a very expensive way to fix water.
As well as you heal for 12 hit points.
What, 12?
Yep.
I wonder if those books are fixed. I run back up to the library.
Sure. You run to the library.
fix the books?
The books are all in pristine condition now,
Oh,
as the pages themselves seem to have re-solidified. Looking through them, the books look significantly less brittle now.
nice job,
And
Snick.
I
yelled out.
take just any one of the books, and then walk over towards the entrance of the temple and just take a step outside.
Sure. As you take a step outside, you watch as the book immediately decays back to the point where you had seen it before.
Rip.
Well, I mean, you'll see me walking back. We can't really,
good water, guys.
we can't really take
Splashing
anything
about
out of the
them.
temple, otherwise it goes back to being crinkly again.
Watch as Snick dances around in the fountain of light, and
Light.
seems to be what you watch as his wounds that he does have seem to heal up a little bit.
So all we need to do to make Snick take a bath is put some lights in it. Good to know.
Is that healing water? Did you
It seems to be.
did you make it healing water?
I'm the best cleric.
Oh man! And she's gonna go over and she's not gonna sip the water because she sees Snick playing in it. But she's
Rude.
gonna start washing her arms.
Sure. I will go ahead and roll it for you as well. You gain 13 points of healing.
Oh man, it really is refreshing.
As well as the Snick, you do notice the initial impact effect seems to be only a one-time thing.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it is continuously healing you from the aspect of immediate hit points mechanically, but you do still feel like you're being re-energized by it.
And the light isn't having any adverse effect on me, right?
Ooh.
Super.
So Hilda just had an idea. I
I
wonder
need you to
if
roll
the-
a d9 for your alignment change. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, for real?
No.
No, okay.
D9 alignment
She's gonna
change.
get out. She's gonna get out the water skin of green liquid, and she's gonna take a look at it and see if it changed.
The liquid itself has changed.
She's gonna drink it.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Hey, it's just water now.
It
Good water, though.
is pure water.
Yeah, it is. It's really good water.
All right, now let's take a look at this temple with fresh eyes.
I'll take a run around and see if anything's changed from what we saw before.
Sure.
I will head over
help
towards
us.
the altar.
Sure. As you guys make your way through each room, the bath area is mainly just clean. You don't notice any blemishes on it. The only blemish that you notice inside of the bathroom is you can see ashes inside of the where incense would sit itself. Delon, when you make your way to the altar itself, the room is empty other than the altar, including your 5 gold coins are gone. As you head into the library to the north, The wood and anything inside of it has been refreshed. It looks like it hasn't aged at all, and all of the books look like they're in pristine condition. The north room where the silver room was, as you enter it, you notice that the storage boxes look like they haven't aged at all at this point. The wood looks even more pristine than it was the first time you went in there. There is also no gash in the silver floor, and the floor tile that has been raised is flush with the ground again.
I told you it was fine.
Is the food edible again?
Looking into the cases, yes, there is what looks like fresh bread, as well as fresh meats, and I mean it's still been smoked and preserved, but it looks fresh.
I start eating it.
Looking through the guard shacks themselves, you now see pristine weapons, looking like they've been made out of some sort of metal that now you see it, you don't recognize it. Del, you can give me a history check, because I think you're the only person who would probably know what it is.
But they were fully tarnished when we came in here, right?
They were, yeah.
Thing. Okay, 1 second. History check. History check. One history check coming up.
I like the fact that the delay is still there.
I know, right?
It's been 2 months, but it's still there.
And that's excitement.
Looking over these blades, you can now see that these blades themselves were made out of adamantine, but not the normal kind. It is a pure source and something that you have not seen in Sothiath other than in stories.
Oh.
There are several different weapons made out of it. It is a very, very rare material. It is very hard. However, it will still age over the course of a couple thousand years.
Delg he's going to pick up one of these things.
Sure.
And he is just going to be looking at it reverently, and he's going to turn around and show it to Hilda. He's like, Hilda, you see this? Are you seeing this?
Yeah, what is that?
I didn't even think this existed. This is adamantite.
It's a
Add a man? What?
Right? Did I get that right? Adamantite?
Yep.
It has a greenish sheen, as well as you can see kind of inside the sword itself. It also has a very black texture inside the sword itself. It is very reflective, and it is looks very nice.
This is a metal I wasn't entirely sure I believed existed.
I mean, it's pretty.
You have no idea how rare this is.
Pretty rare, according to how excited you're getting, apparently.
Oh my goodness. This
Come
is
on.
probably the most incredible thing we found this entire journey.
Are you at the basin? Are you at the...
I think I'm in the guardhouse.
He's in the
Yeah,
guardhouse.
guardhouse.
I'm over here,
Or left.
I think.
Oh, so you yelled, so I came.
Well, you guys said you were going out and exploring the temples, so
Yeah.
I was just going through
Yeah.
each room what you found.
Yeah, we probably reran the whole
Where are
thing.
you?
Upper
Oh,
left.
there you are. There you go. There you go. Okay.
These are amazing.
You know what's amazing is that water. It really, really refreshed me. You should wash your hands or something. You know, get some of the blood off. You know, some of the
What?
ink.
Why would I ever want to wash off the blood of my enemies?
I don't know. So you could eat with clean hands. You know.
Return of
Yeah,
Hammer
there's some
Smith
really good
blood.
food in here, guys.
Fine, I'll
You
go
look-
take it.
look
I'll go
over at the
dip my
closet.
toe in the water.
You
I'll
look
wash my
over at the
hands, too.
closet as you watch
Just
this
don't
neck
drink
is
it.
like eating the meat and then throwing the bread against the back wall and finding more meat and throwing the bread against the back wall.
Adelg will reverently place the weapon back in its stand that he had picked up, and he's going to head back down to the fountain.
To clarify,
He'll-
the sword
Use it.
stand itself doesn't look like it's anything nice. It's just a sword. It's just a generic sword stand.
Yeah, but the sword is definitely not generic.
And if you dip your toe in the water, you can go ahead. I'll go ahead and roll your healing.
I'll do
Hey.
so after touching all the
Sure.
dusty books.
Del, you heal
So-
for 15 hit points.
So what you're saying, Dog, is we need to take these swords?
Dusk, you heal for 17 hit points.
Oh,
Slowly
wow.
going
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
And
Snack. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Can I take another look at the goblet?
The goblet? Yes.
Yeah.
As you look over the goblet has been returned to its original condition. The carvings are enlaced very, very deeply into this cup, and it is significantly easier to see everything that has been worn into it. The other thing that you do notice as well is you can notice that there are spots that it's worn. There is 5 markings about kind of oval in shape on on the back side of the cup, kind of covering up some of the more some of the drawings of just kind of these celestial beings flying. The part that's not covered up is the part of the king that is sitting on the throne. The rest of the cup, you can kind of find these 5 slightly oval shapes where it's been a little bit worn down.
Basically, it's where it was being held.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what you would put together.
Okay.
I'll bag of holding the adamantian swords.
Sure. In bag of holding there's 4 adamantine swords. All of them are long swords. The
With
other
the
things that you
goblin
find in here
and-
is you can find a. Let me look up the name of it. Why can't I remember the name of this?
Goodbye, Gem.
You can take it out when we're done.
We've created an anti-orc field. It undoes all the dumb shit orcs do.
You also find 2 longbows, both of them made out of some sort of white wood. You do not recognize it, however. As well as
Super.
there is arrows that are made out of similar white wood. With
How many?
silver tipped arrows, there is 40 of them, 2 or 20 for each quiver.
Great. Bag of holding.
Bag of holding.
With the cup in hand,
Do
I'm
they
gonna once again walk out the door.
also return to their previously weathered state when we leave the?
Yep. As you watch as Delon leaves the front door, as you watch as the cup returns to its weathered state.
That's fine. Still thinking.
That's perfectly fine.
Plus the adamantium's worth something at least, right?
But they're in a different dimension.
Crossing
We're
dimensions.
here before everything renewed, so
Right.
Dusk,
So
if anyone wants to give me an intelligence check to try to figure stuff out, you can.
Sure.
sure.
I mean,
Helg is
Ned-
highly
I feel like-
intelligent.
I feel like
so-
someone else should figure this out since I've already done the hard work.
I feel like somebody else should also figure this out because I don't.
Although I'll
No,
figure it out.
Yeah.
Dusk and Delon and
You did the
Snick.
hard work and figured it out.
Snack is
know,
the most
right?
intelligent of us all.
Dusk, Delon, and Snick. You can quickly put 2 and 2 together that when this orb is placed inside the pedestal, it returns the temple to the state it was at the fall of the Empire. It is basically returning it, at least for within the temple walls, to the state that it was in.
Does it have any benefit leaving it like this?
I mean, if we're able to reclaim the area, this could have incredibly useful historical knowledge. Honestly, if everything we take out of here simply returns back to where it was when we leave, it might be best just to take this with us and give it to the equivalent of a historian within the guild. If we manage to purge this place, someone can come back and learn what they can. There might be a reward for it, who knows?
Certainly, selling it to a historian in the guild sounds brilliant.
I agree. I concur.
go and take my orb back.
Yeah. And why would we leave the orb here when the orcs are could come back any minute? We might as well take the key with us and then come back when we need to use the key again.
I mean,
Assuming a
maybe if we take
Pissed off
the
dragon doesn't just break the whole thing.
if we take the orbs, then like maybe this situation doesn't happen again.
What is everyone's passive perception as well, just so I know?
Hello.
16.
12.
18.
14.
All right,
18.
good to know. Hilda notices stuff first. Got it.
Yep.
All right.
not very
Well,
smart.
so are we going to just hang out here until the orcs come back, or are we going to leave?
We should leave.
We need to get
We
out of
should
here.
go and
Yeah.
show them the head of their king.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna find it.
That would that make us the new king? Is that how that works for orcs?
I think it
Yes,
does.
you keep what you kill.
So Sneck could technically be their king. He could outrank
Nah.
his brother.
I'll be honest, I'm not really comfortable with that prospect.
I don't know if we want to give Sneck an army. Might not
No?
work out. Might not work out for us.
No.
Like I love Snack
As-
to death, but we all know he's evil.
I
Well-
could sacrifice them all to a volcano god.
I mean, that's
Oh,
not
yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. But there is that gem that we need to find that's been quote
Do the Great
unquote.
Volcano Isles have a volcano god?
They have many cultures that believe in volcano gods, as well as many volcanoes. That usually comes with the territory. How many of them are real or not? You're not entirely sure. Most
Yeah,
of
may
the
or may not be
Followers
amazing.
to sacrifice themselves, they're all real.
most of the volcano gods that you know of are not worshipped temple gods.
More like tribal belief type thing.
Kind of, yeah.
And may or may not want world domination or destruction.
Some of them might be connected to real gods, however.
Well, there are plenty of volcanoes, but it might not be the most prudent of ideas.
I mean, the whole point was to get the orcs to sacrifice themselves so there weren't a problem anymore.
Hilda.
I mean,
So,
Have we?
As
told
long
Foray
as
the
there's-
Father's son?
as long as there's 2 left, there'll be a problem again inside 100 years.
Hilda,
What
you
if the
notice this
true
first.
male orcs?
As you guys are having this conversation, you notice that the sounds that you have been hearing of anguish and screaming and a lot of kind of just like background noise that you've been hearing from the canyon slowly fades to nothing.
Oh, look, everybody's dead.
As you listen and you kind of notice this sound just kind of fades from the back of your ear. As-
Oh yeah, didn't we leave a army of giants fighting off orcs at the gate? We should probably go check on those.
Yeah, I think we should go.
Yeah, I couldn't find a magic book, so whatever.
Diamond, as you approach, Delon, as you approach
No.
the door, from up the stairs, looking as you kind of make your way up the stairs, you notice a strong green light that seems to emanate from the arrow slots that kind of makes its way down the stairs.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, this might not be good. It's up to the north, right?
No, to your
you said?
left. It would be to your south.
Okay.
What's happening?
There's a green light over here.
Sure. As you make your way up the stairs and look out the arrow slot, towards the canyon direction, all you see is a solid surface of green light.
Like just blinding neon iridescence, or Like-
Similar.
has the ground been like hard light?
Similar to the light that you saw coming out of the fountain itself, but this is incredibly more potent and almost impossible to see into. It is bright enough that looking into it is relatively painful.
Oh, shit. Uh,
Time to go?
Possible problem.
Is it time to leave?
I think we vote state our welcome. There's blinding green light everywhere. Everywhere.
Well, I'm ready to go home.
Alright, grab the head, let's go.
I'll grab the head because I think it's kind of big.
Sure.
Yep.
It is big.
Yeah.
Far too big for me.
Yeah.
It's like half of a snack.
Yeah. Fair.
As you guys make your way down the steps and look to the south, you see the powerful green light has enveloped almost the entire canyon. As the only thing that you hear now is the wind in the trees around you, as they're kind of being pushed away with the energy that this area has created, as they're being pushed away from the center point of this canyon. As you can see that all around you, the trees, even the trees that you can see apart or across the canyon, the wind is pushing them away. The light itself is probably about an eighth of a mile away from you at this point, to where the canyon edge is where it ends.
And it's encroaching on us?
No, it seems to just be resting there. It doesn't seem to be encroaching towards you, but it is powerful. And you can see through it to the slightest detail where you can see to the other side in shapes, but you can't see. Looking at it is still painful even doing that.
I do not recall if I've taken the time to inform Fulmia that the orc is dead. So I will go ahead and take a knee, start writing in my book.
Sure.
And then inform him that there's blinding green light fucking everywhere.
Sure. As you do this, you get a prompt response back. You get a prompt response back of the only words that he gets back to you is stay away from it.
What will it say?
That we should avoid it at all cost.
Well, tell them to get
Is-
us the hell out of here.
But you said it's about an eighth of a mile away from where we are
It
right
is.
now, right?
It seems to be entirely enveloping the canyon to the south of you.
Does it look like we're able to go around it back towards the entrance to this place?
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
From
sorry.
where it
The
is
gateway?
right now, yes.
Trying
It
to
looks like you could go around it.
Alright, let's get to the gate.
Did you know that it
Yes.
was about a half a day's travel to the gate from where you
Uh-huh.
are?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we know what time it is now that the distortion field shit is gone?
You can give me a survival check.
I'm the best survival.
Hilda, what time does it look like it is?
It looks like day o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dusk, based off the city or the sun's position, you would guess that it is, time-wise, probably about 4 p.m. So you guys probably have about 4 to 5 hours of daylight left.
It's about 4.
If we leave now, we can at least find a place to recuperate. Not here. Because this is going to attract attention soon, I think, if
I
there's
think so.
anything
I
alive
think you're
there.
right. Yep.
Snick, go grab the sapphire thingy.
I've already
Very
got
good.
it.
Oh shit, you were fast. Leave?
You did that
Did you
before you
do
guys were
Donda?
leaving the temple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Leave. Okay.
So,
Yes. Let's.
as you guys start to make your way out of the temple and making your way in towards the woods, away from the area itself, after about 10 minutes, you watch as the light starts to move inwards over time, relatively quickly for the size of the canyon, although with how far you guys are away, it does look like it's still slow. As it travels to a central point in the central of the canyon, where you see the beam intensify for a moment before it flickers for a moment and goes out. However, the forest itself is completely quiet.
Does the forest still exist?
I don't know why I rolled that.
The-
Snack would never put two and two together.
The
I
forest-
know what it is though.
The forest in where you are, it's still fine. It's just the canyon that is south of you. However, where you guys are, you guys can still not see into the basin of the canyon itself. You are along the you're pretty far into the edge, so you can see the other side of the canyon, but you can't actually see inside of the canyon. As well as
have an idea of what it is.
the path that would lead you around as well would take you further away from the canyon, based off if it's the same path you traveled before.
I can try, but as a player, I have no idea what it is.
You can give me an
Player
intelligence
has
check.
an idea. Snack wouldn't have an idea.
No. Yeah, I'm
You're not sure, Dust.
the inverse of you.
What you do know, and this is something that your character would feel, the energy that was released had a strong feeling of evocation energy. You do recognize that with your school of study.
Yeah, I think Folnia's pretty right. You don't want to be near that, whatever it is.
No, let's go. Quick, double time.
Yeah,
So we should be
let's
running
not
faster.
stay.
The energy at this point as well, to clarify, as you watch, there's the energy formed into, it took about 10 minutes as you guys were watching it, as you guys kept moving. It formed into a central beam in the center of the canyon. It went for a little bit before flickering for a few seconds, and then you watched as the beam disappeared. So at the moment, there's no more magical energy. You guys just keep moving towards the gate. It's
Just eerie silence.
It's just eerie silence.
I think my arm is gone.
Hilda, another thing you do notice with your passive perception is that the sounds of the forest that you have been hearing before, it wasn't a super loud natural forest, but they are gone. There is no birds chirping. There is
It's eerily
no
quiet.
There's no wings of insects. There is nothing. It is just eerily quiet.
I'm gonna turn to Doug and be like, "You hear that?"
I don't know if the lawn would know what this would be, so I don't know if I'd be able to roll intelligence.
Roll intelligence if you feel like your character would have a chance of knowing. Each character has a chance of knowing, but the intelligence roll is the DC is significantly higher for certain characters. The way I'll say it. You're not sure. You're with a 13.
I have all of my luck.
With a 13, what I can give you is that animal instincts kick in when there are signs of extreme danger, and animals will completely eliminate their presence for the sake of perseverance if they need to hide from something. So if there's no birds flying and there is no sounds of nature, it is most likely because animals have sensed danger and they are not moving.
I am going to. Can I actually? Before I do that, can I do commune with nature? Is that a 10?
It's a ritual.
It's a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take time if you would like to do that. You cannot do it on the move.
Do it when we stop.
Yeah, I'll do
If
it
we
when we stop. Yeah, if we stop. We're booking it, right?
Yeah, that's what you guys said.
Pretty much, yeah.
You guys are running at least as fast as you can to keep a decent pace.
As fast as we can with the slowest member.
Actually, let me say
Hurry
this
up,
way.
Del.
Would you guys like to push yourself to get away from this area, or are you running at a pace where you can keep your pace up? Like you don't have to worry about the length of the distance.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about exhaustion, or are you guys pushing yourself?
How
push
imminent?
themselves.
The only
I'm
person
running normally,
the
so-
only person who doesn't have to push himself is Snack.
Delg is fine with pushing himself. He's immune to
Yeah.
exhaustion.
That's fair.
I'm gonna keep up with Del because I think I can run a little faster, but I'd rather run at his fast pace, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I mean, I think it would be less exerted if I attempted to transform and, hover across the ground.
If you fly, you don't suffer exhaustion. You're keeping pace.
I thought you could still get.
You can still get exhaustion from
tired.
flying, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has a faster movement, right?
It's the same.
Don't. Yes.
Oh right.
I just.
He can just hover.
I can hover over gaps to a degree.
Yeah.
Basically, he wouldn't get affected by like tree roots and stuff like that. It is up to you what you guys would like to do. If you are pushing yourself, then after the first hour, then I will need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw, except for Sneck.
Is that for exhaustion?
Yeah, I still need it from you, even though you're immune from exhaustion.
Okay.
This is mainly for character purposes.
I do have couple spell slots left. Can I use Bear's Endurance on myself to give myself advantage on con?
Yes, you can. How long would that last? I think it's an hour, right?
An hour, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Is it a con save or a constitution check?
Constitution saving throw. It'll be with advantage for you.
Oh, thank gosh.
Does Dell still have spell slots for lesser restoration?
Possibly.
Let me tell you about my spell slots.
They
God,
don't
I wish
exist.
they existed.
So, Dusk, Delon, and Delg. You can definitely feel like the journey is wearing on you, however, you don't have a point of exhaustion. Delg, despite the fact that you can't get exhausted, your body is still feeling the effects of running this kind of long distance. The short-term effects, not the long-term effects.
Yep.
Hilda, you feel fine. Keeping pace with Delg, you're slowing yourself down to keep pace with him. Sneck is slowing himself down enough that he's fine.
And yes, I do have many spell slots for lesser restoration.
Oh, good.
Super.
As you guys
That's-
continue, you guys make your way back to the point in the woods where you would first kind of diverted off from each other, near the dragon's camp, to kind of make your way around the camp without getting spotted by scouts. You would know that you still have about 8 hours of travel to get to the gate from here.
That's the nice part about using Delg's hammer diplomacy.
Yeah.
Save on spell slots a lot.
You guys continue to push yourself. I will need everyone to go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw, including Sneck at this point. Dusk, you no longer have advantage.
Okay, I was just about to ask.
Can I use luck or no?
Yes, you can use luck.
It's about to be even worse, isn't it? Oh, it's actually a lot better.
I'm gonna actually burn another spell slot.
Okay.
Might as well.
Sounds good.
I have one luck point left as well.
Woo! Thank gosh.
those
Saving
spell,
myself.
spell slots are saving you right now. Sure. Delon, all of you are doing okay. However, you definitely are feeling the effects of running for, at this point, 3 hours.
I'm still a
straight.
very scrawny boy.
Yep. To clarify, are you flying or are you just running?
I
for
am
now?
running.
Okay. Just to
My
clarify.
plan is I'm going to try to stay on my own 2 feet until I get basically I can't move, and then I'm going to shrink and let someone carry me.
That is a legitimate strategy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm jumping on Delg as soon as I start getting tired.
Delk's just gonna become the pack mule. He has a
Yep.
fairy on his
I'll get
shoulder.
you all
and a
out of
snack.
here. This
Can you
you
carry
can count
me?
on me.
Yes, Hilda's laying on the bedroll behind him, just being dragged like a pack mule through the dirt. Dusk is
Man, I thought it would be a benefit to
The
never
only-
be able to get tired.
the only person who's
Can we just get you to make a little cartoon where it's literally just like chibi versions of you dragging?
the only person who's still
Must be
running
here.
for some reason because of magic is the 80-year-old human.
Yeah, like I'm feeling good, guys. I don't.
Anyways, you guys continue on, making your way to where you initially found the time effect field. Another thing, actually, Dusk.
Hmm?
Go ahead and give me. Actually, I'll say Dusk and Hilda. Go ahead and give me a nature check as you cross into this part of the forest.
Okay, nature.
Hilda,
Hmm.
since you have entered this field of distorted time, based off the trees around you, you have been in there for about a week and a half. You can see that the a lot of the trees that are basically, there's a line of trees that you can see. Some of the leaves that are starting to, some of the trees that are kind of start to go into the autumn phase significantly earlier are already moving their way into autumn. Whereas the trees that were in the distortion field are still in the last weeks of summer.
Okay, so I can tell we haven't been in there too long.
No, but it's been an amount of time, but you can tell.
Alright.
As you guys continue running, I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm dying.
Except for Sneck. Sneck, you're good this time. You'll be every other. Yeah, you see, you're good this time.
I'm not doing this hot this time.
Dusk, you do suffer 1 point of exhaustion.
Ugh.
Actually, no, sorry. No, you don't. You don't. You're good. You're good still.
I'm fine. I'm happy with that.
Delk, your short-term effects, you are feeling very winded.
We can do it.
Oh,
You're very
God.
effective over short distances.
Just gotta keep putting one foot in front of the other.
You guys have pushed through about 4 hours of the trip at this point. You can, at this point, you can see the gate. Give me perception checks as you kind of look towards that direction. I love the rogue, or it's always a 10 roll.
Yeah.
You rolled a 1, but as a rogue, it's always a 10. So, looking out, Hilda and Delon, towards the gate itself, you make out you can make out what looks like a relatively large figure, of the only color that kind of comes to your eyes because of how far you are away still is a greenish figure as it shrinks down and disappears from your sight towards the gate's entrance.
So somebody went through?
Possibly.
Hmm.
As you guys continue to run, you can see the gate is getting larger in your sight. You guys can go ahead and everyone give me a Constitution saving throw this time. Snek, I'll go ahead and take yours from last time since you didn't have to roll. So you're still good.
Yeah. I rolled the 10.
Delon, this is your
Ugh.
Delon, this is your second time below 12, so you do take 1 point of exhaustion. Dusk, this is your second time below 12. You do take 1 point of exhaustion.
So I'm carrying everybody. It
Pretty
switched
much.
from
At this
Delk to
point,
me.
technically, it's just ability checks that are affected.
No, this is my first time below 12. I rolled a 12 and then I re-rolled and
Yeah,
got
no, it's 12 or below is the
Yeah,
number.
12
The
or below.
DC is
Oh, okay,
13.
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I was just looking
Okay.
for 12 or below. That's all I've been looking for.
So I have 1 point of exhaustion.
Yep.
Where do I put that? Or do I just keep it in mind?
You can.
It's on your sheet now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Can
added
be
it.
on
Right
your
below
sheet.
your death saves.
I can add it on there if it isn't on yours, which it might not.
Right below.
It might be hidden. It may be hidden true.
Hold. Let me. Yeah, his isn't on there. Let me put the exhaustion
Alright.
tracker on there.
I have because I suffered like -4 exhaustion
There
at
you
one
go.
point.
It should be below your hit points, though. It's just
Okay.
ability checks at this point, so technically you're still fine.
Yep.
Saving throws are an ability checks.
You don't die until you get 5.
6. 6. 5 isn't death.
It's
5
not
is
6.
5 is just you
Five
might
is-
as well be dead.
You might as well be dead, yeah, because you can't do shit.
Your movement is set to 0, and yeah.
Yep.
So you all continue to run for the hour. You guys are about halfway towards the gate itself, moving at this hurried pace. Would you like to continue at this pace, or would you like to slow down a little bit?
We need to slow down.
I may need a breather.
At
I
this
was
point,
doing
you
good
guys have
for-
been running for about 5 hours. The sun is setting. And the forest is... Some of the forest crickets are making a little bit of noise.
Okay, so we're kind of moving past the danger zone. basically.
You're
Who
not-
knows what can happen in 8
Like,
hours if we stop the rest?
You don't know if you're moving past the danger zone, or if it's been a long enough time since whatever the danger is that some stuff is starting to come back out.
Did
not sure.
Hilda and whoever else, so I think it was Dewan,
Hold on.
Yeah.
tell us that somebody went through the gate?
I
I
didn't.
think we would have.
I didn't. Because we were running. I didn't want to panic anybody.
It's
I
up to
think
you guys if
Dolan
you
would
would
have
like to
said
give information.
something that he saw something by the gate at least.
There's no one to tell somebody about that?
We probably
Can I-
should.
Can I make a perception check to see if I see anything else around the gate?
Sure. At the moment, with the moonlight of the gate, you're relatively confident that nothing that is large size is around the gate. There is a chance that something could be humanoid that far away that could be hiding around the gate, like an orc or something like that. Like you wouldn't be able to see that detail, but there's nothing that's large in size that's next to the gate at least.
And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I saw it too, but I don't see anybody around there now.
No, whatever it is has about 8 hours head start on us.
The dragon that we saw go to investigate Delg's miracle, right? It was a green dragon?
It was.
Mhm.
Correct.
And the thing we saw at the gate was just basically a big blur of green.
It was a relatively large shape of green that shifted into something smaller, and you could not see it where it went anymore. You just saw that the green was heading towards the gate as it shifted into something smaller, and you couldn't see it anymore as it was too small for you to see from that far away.
We should at least tell someone.
Let's take an hour, rest up, and then continue.
I think that'll be
best, I think.
best.
I am honestly surprised I kept running this long.
Sure. As you guys
I mean,
slow
that's not
down,
fine. I can run for hours.
Just make sure to stretch. Don't just sit down. It's dangerous.
you guys slow down. Your bodies are significantly more in pain now as the adrenaline of running for 4 hours kind of settles.
Should we continue walking?
Do we? We may need a slight rest.
I'm fine.
I will first inform Folnia that there's a possibility a green dragon has shapeshifted and gone through the gate.
Right.
And before I get a response, or even perhaps while I'm doing so, I will send a similar message to the goblin. What's his name?
Tooth.
The shaman guy, Blindtooth.
Right.
Yeah, because I understand that Sheffield is basically neighbors with the Dry Gulch, where the gate is at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a few hours away, but yeah, it's about like 4 days away, but yeah, you're
I
the closest
will-
civilization to it.
I will do my best to give the best description I could of a vaguely elven woman.
Sure. You relay the information. You get a response from. You do get a response from Folnia. Oh, it's good to hear from you. We haven't heard from you for about a week. It felt like. We weren't sure if something had happened. We'll keep an eye out for the green dragon. Been quiet from there. Very quiet. Oddly quiet. We are on the other side of the gate. We have forces stationed there. We haven't seen anything come out, as far as we're aware.
Oh shit. Well, do you want the good news or the bad news?
The news?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the good news is Foley and the others are possibly still outside the gate waiting for us with horses and quick travel. The bad news is the dragon, presuming it was the dragon, has not gone through the gate.
But you said they were at the gate.
They're on the other side of the gate.
Tell them we're about 6 hours away and have healers ready.
I will probably do that.
Yeah, you can do that with your book. The blind tooth response. You don't get any.
Wow.
Rude.
Is the name still in my book?
It is still in your book. However, you do not get a response.
Okay, so we're sitting down for a bit.
Yeah,
I,
so you
I
guys
want to
are.
say yes.
You guys are currently taking
Short
a sit
rest.
down.
All right, yeah.
Then
short
I
rest, as
am
it were.
going to perform
also
the
gonna-
prayer of healing ritual. Well.
Sure.
And, communing with nature. Well, we'll let Hilda do her communing with nature.
You can indeed commune with nature. Let me see what all it gives you the presence of.
3 facts. Your choice.
Yep, you get 3 facts of your choice as well as innate information. Oh wait, no,
Okay.
sorry, it's just I forget. It's always just you gain 3 facts of your choice. So what
Yep.
would you like to know?
Right. I'd like to know. Oh, that's a tricky one. I'd like to know. I want to ask a question about animals, but I don't want to know like there's like thousands of animals. I'd like to know if there are any large animals, like I don't know, dragon size, around. I'd like to know if the animals still sense danger. I don't know what the third one would be.
Maybe if there's still a bunch of stomping orc things around.
Well, that's
Roll.
yeah. Okay.
So you want to know location of the orc army. You want to know animal situation around you, and you want to know if there's any large creatures.
Yes.
Okay. Within 3 miles of you, there is a fairly large creature to your north, in the middle of the woods. Doesn't seem to fit the description of a dragon. However, it is something that you don't recognize. It is definitely beast in shape.
Do I sense danger from it?
You sense that, because this goes with the other question. You sense that the
Ah,
animals
okay.
in the area seem to want to stay away from it. The other animal presence around you seems to have calmed. Some of the animals are moving around again. However, there is still a wariness to all of their movements. It seems like their movement is slow and cautious. As to the presence of the orc army, there isn't one.
I'm gonna relay all this. Yeah, 3 miles. What was it? 3 miles north.
It's like a mile
Three-
north of you.
Oh, a mile north of us.
Yep.
Okay. About roughly a mile north of us, there's a big old bad something that creatures don't like. I don't know if it's keeping pace with us or it's waiting for us.
It's in the complete opposite direction of you.
Yeah, we're heading.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't know if it's
it seems
following
to be
us.
stationary at the
Then
moment.
I don't know if he's following us or if he's just there.
Is he
That's-
moving towards us?
He's not moving right now.
Oh,
I don't know if he
Yeah,
was
sounds
moving
fine.
before or not, but something we kind of want to avoid.
Want me to go kill it?
I don't have the energy for it.
I can barely move my damn knees.
I'm
me put-
lurched over.
Let me pull out my
Alright,
list of creatures just in case Snack wants to go fight it by himself.
Oh God, no snack.
It's almost beat
I
you the
will.
creature codex. I don't.
Oh, the only other thing I'm gonna do is
could
I'm
use my
gonna
new
take
book.
out. I'm gonna take out the water skin of liquid from the temple, and I'm gonna see if it turned back to green or if it's still crystal clear.
It seems like it is mildewy water.
Just gonna dump it out.
You can easily do that.
I'd do the same with mine.
You can easily. Do
Remember to wash that before you use it again.
Yeah.
Or just burn it and get a new one.
Yeah, just tossing it. I just
Ever-
empty it.
You have a really concerning fascination with bizarre liquids found in
I do, don't I?
abandoned dungeons.
I'm gonna hang on to it. You know, you never know if we're in a tight spot. You might need.
I already got enough cursed
Indeed.
different waters. Got the
Wait,
Eldath.
you still have cursed water?
Well, the Eldath water that was cursed that became pure.
Oh.
They totally broke the hit dice rolls.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Why would those be broken?
Unless they changed it in here.
You should just click hit dice and it should work.
Yeah, it's not working.
Mine worked.
Oh, yeah, for some reason it's just yours that's messed up.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Hit dice?
Yeah, to recover your health during short rests.
Oh. Oh, I forgot we could do that.
Yeah.
I did too until you mentioned it.
Yeah, I'll just really roll it. It's no problem.
It is D8 plus your
There.
constitution model. Yeah, everyone
yep.
else's is still normal. It's just yours for some reason.
My calculator.
It's almost like it's trying to take a custom class one for yours for some reason.
Okay, I'm almost full. That'll do.
Don't forget the prayer of healing HP as well.
How much was that?
19.
19?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, then I don't need to roll.
Yeah, I got
Goddamn.
topped off. I topped off.
You're broken.
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah, for some reason it's almost like it's trying to multi-class you
What?
into it for some reason. Metal? I don't know why it would do that.
Nothing on my sheet is multi-class.
No, I know, but like it's showing the hit dice like you would be
Yeah.
multi-class.
I'll settle for 99 HPs.
I'll settle for 111.
I'll settle
I'll
for
settle
max
for
HP.
101.
It's not max, but it's a lot better than what it was.
Oh, there you go. I fixed it.
Oh, I
yeah,
do.
yeah, cool.
I'm saving it.
It was the it was because it was showing hit dice per class, but because you only have one class, it wasn't separating them. I don't know
Weird.
why.
Yeah, for those of you playing along at home, Caboose has been dragging us through a meat grinder for the past several sessions. So we're conserving hit dice.
Oh yeah, I've still got 8.
Things Caboose was not ready for part 900. God damn it.
What do you
Willie.
mean? Things Moose was totally ready for. This was the end of a war. You weren't going to be seeing the light of day for a little while.
Well,
Yeah, make sure you guys all regain your hit points and all of that jazz.
I get my spell slots back.
I don't remember. Did we level at the end of last session?
Yes.
We may have.
I think you did. I don't think I.
What
I don't
level
think
are we supposed to be?
You're supposed to be 13, is whatever level is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I'm
level.
pretty sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we leveled the end of the fight, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Fair enough. However,
Oh,
make sure
that's
you guys.
right. I
Eight.
needed to go through and add all the spells.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I have to-
Just
I
make
never
sure you
did
guys
that.
don't have your 8th level spell slot, because you do not have it yet.
I have arcane. Does arcane recovery work right now?
Yes, your arcane recovery will work, but it can't recover an 8th level spell slot.
Yeah, nah.
I don't have an 8th level spell slot
No, you mean
anyway.
Seventh. We don't hit 8th yet.
Oh, 7th. What? I thought I already had my 7th level
No,
spell
you already
slot.
had your 7th. Oh, is 13 not? It's
I thought
15.
13's
Wait,
15 for 8.
Yeah, 15 for 8th level.
no, 13
13 is
is
7th.
13 is 7th because it's
I
one
know, you
less
said
than
8.
half. So
You
no,
said
I
8.
guess you guys didn't level yet. That's right. You guys leveled the session before that because you guys gained all of this beforehand. Never mind. Scratch that. It's 2 months ago. I apologize, Chad. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want us to level up again.
You
Yeah,
guys will be
I'm
leveling shortly. I was
okay with
I was
that.
trying to remember if you guys leveled up after that session or it'll be after the next or probably
All
this
we
session
have
you
to
guys will level.
do is fight a green dragon empowered by the power of the Philosopher's Stone. I mean,
Uh-huh.
what could possibly go wrong?
Fine.
Everything.
Everything's
We're all
fine.
gonna die.
I mean, all of us have died sort of, kind of, on this particular mission at some
I mean,
point.
We're
we
all
could
gonna
sit here
die.
for a week and I could beseech Tyr for help again.
Wait. I just had a thought. It was a
Uh-oh.
week out here. Does that count toward the time?
Nope, because I got Tier's aid right before we went in the tower.
Yep.
Right
Which
before we
was
went in
the
the
week-
bubble.
A week of traveling. No, we entered the bubble way before that. That was the nondescript bubble outside the temple that aged us if we went through it.
Time's gotten funky in this area.
Mhm.
I
God,
want to
can't
go
Um,
wait to
home.
go back
I
to
will
that
say,
point.
I will say,
I want a
Delg,
good
you
meal.
are not sure if you could call on Tyr again at this point. You're not entirely sure because of how the time has lapsed.
Yeah.
Yep. But we can always try. Tyr is always listening.
Murder, not as much.
And word.
I mean,
And
I really don't think it's gonna work.
all right.
Can you remove this level of exhaustion off me before we start running again?
Exhaustion, I believe, is.
It's a long rest, though.
Yeah.
Lesser restoration.
It's a long
I think it's
rest.
I will
greater
cast
restoration,
lesser
actually.
restoration on Dusk.
Give me one
Thank you.
second. I don't. Is it lesser or is it greater?
Pretty sure.
No, it's greater.
know
You need greater
which.
restoration
Ah, shit.
for
Darn it.
for
Oh,
exhaustion.
never mind. Then I don't do
Nah.
it
Yeah, and I don't ask.
because I don't have a spell slot for greater restoration. I'm tapped
You
on the
know,
big spells.
Lesser
No
is just
problem.
blinded, deafen, paralyze, or poison,
Yeah. My
or one
bad.
disease.
I am almost down to hitting things with hammers.
I mean, that's what you're good at, right?
What's
Yeah,
your,
well,
your
not
favorite
a bad
activity?
thing.
Dust, do you have any flies left?
I
Just
can't.
fly yourself.
Yeah, that's true. I did just get it back because of this rest.
Because magical flight wouldn't cause you exhaustion.
No, it would. Just like
It does
if
only
you,
last.
just like if you polymorph, it doesn't cause exhaustion because it only causes the creature exhaustion.
Yep.
You stay back to
It
your
only
normal
la-
body, you're fine.
Flying is only 10 minutes, anyways.
Well, I mean, how long is
Still
polymorph?
10 minutes of double pace.
That's true.
Polymorph is an hour.
I don't have polymorph.
Oh.
No biggie.
Anyway, let's get running.
Yeah. All right. Stretch, stretch, stretch.
Well,
Hold on.
Just pick
let's
me
hope
up.
we can talk our way out of this.
Stretch.
Just pick me up if I collapse. Just pick me up.
I'll put you in the bag of holding. It'll be fun.
Yeah, all right.
I'm pretty sure there's still room for a body.
Put me in my own bag of holding.
You just have to roll a strength check to
No.
keep your head above the.
Yeah, you'll
Wait,
suffocate. Don't do that.
No, I'm talking
I
about
can
you
shrink.
guys.
I can shrink
I'll just-
myself.
I'll just piggyback you. You know, you can just ride on my shoulders. It's fine.
We'll figure it out.
So, you all continue running.
I could
Yep.
yeet you.
All right. As you guys are making your way to the.
Actually, good.
As you guys
You
are
just
making
need
your way towards the gate, go ahead and everyone give me a Constitution saving throw except for Snack.
Doot, 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 doot.
I am feeling good.
Just made it.
I'm going to use another luck.
All right.
Delg
Well,
feels like he would be tired if he wasn't immune to being tired.
Delg, you're breathing heavy, but your body's holding off. Delan, you're still feeling lethargy kick in. This travel's been rough on you. You don't take another point of exhaustion yet, but
I'm feeling it though.
yep, you're feeling it.
I'm gonna be spending the next week eating breakfast in bed.
If you get to 5, you damn well will. So you guys continue to run. You guys already were halfway there. You're closing in on the gate. The part that you're in right now, the woods and forest is a lot thicker. So you can't really see the gate anymore, but you know where you're going. You know the path you're following. So you continue going. You can't get lost at this point because you're traveling along a path. So everyone go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw.
Woo!
I might be for.
I will use my luck
Oh.
point.
I'm feeling it, but I'm still okay.
Oh, I'm just making it.
I got my second wind,
Yeah,
hopefully.
Delg is happy that he has a hammer.
Yeah.
It's a very nice hammer.
You guys continue travel. You're about 2 hours 2 hours left in your run at this pace. You've cut your trip down from about half a day to about 8 hours with keeping yourself up at this pace the entire time. Go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw.
It's almost midnight.
It is pushing midnight at this point.
I'm feeling great. I got my second win back.
Hilda's like skipping while the rest of you are just like
We're struggling. Oh yeah, so let me roll.
It's like first day at boot camp.
I'm running at half
you've gotta
pace, but
run
it's still the
properly.
distance that's causing problems.
You gotta run properly. You're gonna get shin splints.
The stretching helped. The
Oh, you
stretching
guys-
really helped.
all you
Yeah,
guys
exactly.
are fine for this hour. So go ahead and roll your last hour. This will include Snick.
Hey.
Hey, you just
Okay, I'm starting to feel it.
just saved yourself from 1 point of exhaustion.
I got cramp. Ah.
Mine did
Rogue
not
with ability
roll.
points checks are fucking nightmare.
I think the only person who can get another point of exhaustion at this point is Delon. So
Yep, there it
he
is.
does suffer his second point of exhaustion. As you guys arrive at the gate, you see a familiar reddish figure, looking in your direction. Oh, there you all are! Come on, let's hurry. We have healing and whatever you need. We have healing and whatever you need on the other side of the gate.
I'll help drag Delon. I'll give him a hand.
Delon, give me an athletics check to go up the stairs.
See if your knees can
At
bend.
disadvantage.
Hold
Does
on.
ability check.
Hold on.
Can I help him up the stairs?
You can
Yeah,
very,
Can I?
you can
group
very
effort
easily
push up the
Can we
stairs.
help him?
you can very easily help him up the stairs. I'm just doing this
Can
for
we pick
flavor.
him up on our shoulders and bring him up the stairs like carefully? He's a hero.
Yeah.
I'm just doing
Okay,
this for
Caboose.
flavor, just to see how.
Caboose.
What?
Caboose. One I stay. What two I transform?
Now go ahead. You still need to give me the athletics check just to see.
Alright.
I'm just doing this.
I did I
Yeah.
did a strength
You-
check to see if I could carry
You
him.
watch as the lawn hits the first step and like steps up and like an old person whose knees are giving out just starts to fall before he just shifts into a smaller form immediately before hitting the ground.
What are you doing?
Give me a charisma saving throw. I believe this is,
21.
I believe this is a disadvantage as well
Would it
because
be?
I believe so.
Speed is halved and ability checks.
No, you're good. Never mind. It's 3.
Fine.
3 is when you get saving throws and
Yeah, three.
attacks.
Yeah.
3 is messed up.
Okay. Yep, you're good. You hold your
As
mental
we-
state as you transform. As
As
you all
we get
make your way
up
through the gate.
to 'em,
Go ahead.
which is the one? I have the ability Eldritch Sight. Can I use Eldritch Sight on Fulmia?
Sure. He looks like Fulmia.
Okay.
However, as you guys turn around and look over the Orcish camp, it is completely empty. As this is the first time that you can actually see the Orcish camp. You see tents, you see fires that at this point are just smolders, that are just ash that's kind of climbing into the sky. However, you do not see a single bit of movement in sight.
Did we see the beam over Scorchville? From
No,
Davenport?
you did not.
No.
Well,
Okay.
correction. No, you did see. You saw something. You
Oh.
saw something very, very off in the distance, but you couldn't make out what it was, and it was red in color.
Alright, yeah. Fair. That's fair. The man needs a bit of healing.
So, let's make our
man,
way
running
through the
through
gate
this.
into a place to talk. But we have uncovered some disturbing things.
Oh, several.
This
You
being,
too.
as he kind of looks over at the empty space at this point, this being one of them. I'm guessing this is where you came through the gate and saw the Orcish horde, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
They
Right.
were.
Someone stole my army.
basically, wherever you see something that's empty, there was at least 100 orcs.
We have a feeling of what might have happened. But for now, let's make our way through. We have a small camp set up on the other side, and we can talk from there. Some of the giants are left. A lot of them perished during the hold. But again, that was almost a week ago.
Is it
Did something happen to you all? We hadn't heard from you in over a week.
Weird time displacement magic.
This has all been one day for us.
We killed an orc king.
We've been there for like what, 3 days?
Show him the head, Hilda.
Oh yeah, here.
You guys entered the portal 2 days ago in your time, because you did take a long rest in the forest before getting there.
Yeah, we did go.
Yeah.
We've only been here for what, 2-3 days? At the most.
Well, you've been gone for a little while. Arog is still alive. He's holding up in critical condition, but he's holding up.
Oh, that's good.
He'll survive, as far as we're aware. He'll
Kind of
be
worried about him.
he'll be missing an arm for the rest of his life, but he'll survive.
What, I can't grow an arm back?
I mean, we could, but he doesn't want us to mess with him.
Oh.
He trusts us enough to let us be around and talk with him, but they still don't quite trust our people that much.
Yeah,
Be
wouldn't
fair,
greater
Trust us, we
restoration
can grow
do
his
that?
arm back.
Heal would grow his arm back.
Heal would grow his arm back. Okay, well I could. Well, maybe he'll let me do something for him, but
Yeah,
I'll
like
need
those
a
bad-
rest. I'll need to commune with Tyr for a while before I can do that. I'm a little tapped.
That's fine.
And Mordred.
Let's have a discussion before we let you rest, just so we can get the information. Time isn't necessarily of the essence right now, but it's
Or in Malbo.
everything is feeling a little bit jaded to what we were expecting.
Because green light.
I don't know what you're referring to, but the beam, yes, it was green. We didn't see it on this side.
I thought that I was trying to make a joke.
All right, let's get through this portal. I'm tired of this area already.
As you guys
Fairy form
make your
would
way
not feel the exhaustion, right?
through. What was that?
Fairy form would not feel the same exhaustion because it's a different body.
No, yeah, you're fine. On fairy form, different body.
Gotcha.
So as you all make your way through the portal, you do know that there's a slight time difference, time zone wise, effectiveness between where the Saya dynasty is and where you would go out. So when you go out, there is a bit of sunshine still. It looks like about 3 hours ago, basically, for your time. So the sun is starting to set, basically. As you guys make your way out, you see where the orc tent, or where the orc camp once was. There is a large camp set up. Hell, give me a perception check.
I shall percept. Eventually. I see all.
As you make your way through, you can see a set of tents that are set up with the guild emblem on a flag. To the north of that, as you make your way through the gate, you do know it was up high enough that you can kind of see over stuff. You see a camp a little bit further back, with the army of Sothiath flag above it. You would know this is the main army that takes place in Fort Penshaw as their camp, and they seem to have made their way here.
Is that the one that Delg and Hilda used to serve in?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Oh. Hey, look, Hilda.
Mm.
Our old comrades are over there.
The camp is relatively small. It's about 30 tents, so it's probably enough for one regiment. Probably about 100 to 150 troops. That's about it. As you guys make your way down the steps of the large temple that this gate is held upon, you can see further off in the distance. It looks like the Giants' camp is off as well. A little ways away. It looks like roughly where you guys set up your tents and your camp kind of before you did the initial invasion, or before you started the fight. They seem to have settled there, and most of the orcish area has been torn down and is set up with the guild's tents. Right. Well, we'll go into the main tent. It's a little bit more lavish than this outside area, and you should be able to get a long rest or a nice rest, some decent food, and we should have a discussion about everything that we've seen and what you've seen.
Oh, we've seen some shit.
Yeah, we have.
Well, hopefully it might make sense of what we've seen. We might be able to put it together. So, you all make your way into the tent. As you cross into the tent, it looks very similar to the Arcane Eye. I believe it was that Dusk used, right?
Yep.
You watch as the flaps open, and the tent is about twice the size interior as it looks exterior. It is very lavish. It looks similar in construction almost to the guild, but with less shops and everything like that, and it's more just nice beds, nice rooms, nice tables, and stuff like that all around. You do see several of the guild members that you recognize. Going through the guild members that you recognize as you hold. I need to pull up the list. Ones you recognize right off the bat is you can recognize Asher, who is sitting next to one of the grills that they have and seems to be cooking up a fair amount of food for everyone who is in there. There's about 60 to 70 people in this tent, just to clarify how many people are actually in there. Asher is one of them. He is the only member of your staff that you see. Shu is there. Livery is there. Klaus is there. Geek is kind of off in the corner, just kind of drinking a large ale.
Oh, hey, Geek, you're still alive.
You're still a shit.
But look what we did. Kill that show in the hat.
I'm just gonna lift up the head.
Oh, look, you
Big
killed
ol'
a big
shitting
orc.
grin.
Congratulations. Is it your
Reveal
first
the
time?
orc. No.
The leader.
The king.
He
Well,
wasn't
I mean,
a very good king.
it won't be the first king that's been taken down, and it won't be the last. Well,
Fair.
it might be the last. I don't really know about that.
I would be okay with that.
We also got rid of 1,000,000 orcs.
Yeah, thanks to this guy, I smacked Delg on the back plate.
Not really thanks to me. Thanks to Tyr. Praise Tyr and Morden.
Well, let's go ahead and head back to the back room. If Geek and Livery come over here as well, we can discuss the information you have. Sure, I'll get up. He kind of stands up, as well as a redheaded elf stands up and follows. Oh no, sorry, is she an elf? Yeah, she's an elf. My bad. For elvish looking in feature. My bad. That's what I meant to say. She stands up and follows you guys as you guys make your way into a side room. This room a little bit nicer with this familiar looking round table, although you're not sure it's the round table that you're actually familiar with. All right, so I don't know what the hell you all saw. What we saw on our side was fleeing orcs from this here gate. A fair amount of them, probably about 10,000. We fought them back to here. However, many of them didn't really want to fight us. They were in full run mode, which I've never seen orcs in full run mode before. It was a different sight. We made our way to the tent, or made our way to in front of the gate and set up camp, waiting for you all to come back. Yes, that's roughly what we've dealt with. Sheffield was attacked by another band of orcs that you all managed to move around, it looks like. However, it was significantly weaker than the initial army. I believe it was more of a reinforcement force that didn't get there in time to be reinforcements. They were dealt with quite easily by the goblin force with the help of Araya or Ariana. I don't know why I said Araya. I'm tired. As you all have been gone for a week, since then we've pretty much been waiting. Livery has the rest of the information. She was one of the team that went to Scorchville to investigate that situation. She has also been through the Orcish Gate as well to see if there's any similarities between the two. And we have found a lot of similarities. Different color essence, I guess, if you said it was green, but similar process. Well, yes. What I found is in Scorchville, there was no signs of life. All of it was gone. If they were eating their meals while everything was going on, everything was left behind, forks. Anything that was material possessions was gone. Anything that was organic material, living material, was completely consumed. Everything else was just left behind. It was as if life just disappeared. The other thing that we did find, we haven't been able to investigate into the Orcish lands out of fear of we didn't know what else was going on there. At the very central of town, inside the town hall itself, there was 4 large, almost semicircles carved into the wood itself, with some sort of magical symbol carved into it itself. We couldn't make out what the magical symbol was. It's something we recognize. It's a lot more ancient than any of our wizards are. Even seeking the help of the Wizard Council, the representative they sent didn't exactly know what the symbols meant. However, there was, again, the semicircles, they looked like for some sort of placement of something, possibly to start the ritual. That was the only thing we really found in town that was out of place. Everything else just looks like everyone just disappeared. It looks oddly similar to what happened to the Orcish army. We haven't investigated to try to find a point of origin for whatever this incantation was, but I imagine we
Filled
probably
most
could.
of the canyon.
Well, it's hard to find the central point in a canyon that scales 30 to 40 miles in length. We're looking at a long time of a search to find a sigil that's no wider than 10 feet. The only reason we found the other one so easily was it was in the center of Town Hall.
Can I think back to when we traveled? We didn't actually travel in the canyon, or did we?
Nope.
No, you guys didn't go in the canyon at all.
We scaled around.
Okay. Then I don't think I would have noticed anything.
What could a dragon do with his power?
Well, depending on the potency of whatever they were doing, if it is the Philosopher's Stone, it enhances magic to a level that is incapable of a normal being controlling without the stone itself. You're looking at feats that it would take the Wizard Council. You're looking at feats that an individual could pull off that the Wizard Council themselves would probably take 5 to 6 members to pull off. They could as well undo a lot of the things that we have that exist in this world. Seals that exist specifically could be one of their interests. Although if that was their interest, I feel like it would have already happened. I don't know if godly intervention is something they're looking to accomplish. I don't know who they serve. You all did mention the green figure.
It was
A light.
a very large green dragon.
We spied on a tent with draconic symbols within the woods inside the gate. And we saw an elvish woman come through and then turn into a green dragon.
Yeah, she looked like this, and I'll project an image with a minor image to show what I saw with the arcane eye. She looked like this, at least from what I saw. She could probably change her form, but...
I don't know exactly which. The biggest problem is I haven't been to Dragon's Perch recently enough to know who's still in power there. There has been a dragon warp relatively actively there for a long time. Ancient green dragons that I do know of, there's two. Brerylnoth the Chosen is one of them. And the other one is Aldriri the Death Lady. Both of them are the only ancient dragons that I know that I'm guessing is what you're describing. I mean, there's quite a number of
green?
They're both green dragons, yes. Of the ancient age. Their armies are quite well known. Adult dragons, it's a lot harder to keep track of them by name, due to most of them during a war either die or go into hiding. Usually the younger ones are the ones that take the brunt of the fighting. And hold on, and I will type both of those names into chat as well.
Yeah, I was about to ask you.
Well, it would seem she was only using the orc army as power.
Do dragons normally team up with orcs? Or willingly allow themselves to team up with orcs?
Dragons will team up with, depending on who they are, anyone who benefits their cause.
Oh, okay.
They are very intelligent beings and have no problems making allies for the sake of completing the mission.
I've only met one. Well, technically two, but this one wasn't friendly.
Really, I can't copy that? Damn it. Oh,
Oh,
you're good. I can type them both out. Not a big deal.
Excuse me.
And I don't know if both of them are still alive as well. As far as we're aware, they should be. However, it's hard to know if you're not a part of the actual land itself whose forces are still active. However, it looks like that possibly could be where some of our focuses will shift to for a short period of time. The war is also going to cause a lot of issues. We have a large fleeing orc army that's going to probably... Well, not really a large army anymore, but we have remnant forces that'll probably take place in some areas. Some of the smaller cities could see an influx of the orc population, but I don't think it's going to be enough to cause a problem right now. We'll have to keep an eye on that. There's still the matter of, again, all of Scorchville's gone. Some of the residents who are out of town might be our best leads to possibly get information to see if they might have noticed something prior to everything going on. Though we might be able to get a couple of people who their home was Scorchville and they were traveling merchants and they weren't at their home at the time, that might have been there in days prior to whatever happened here or whatever happened there. We have a lot of things we just don't have answers for at the moment, sadly. Disappearing orc army, for the creation of a Philosopher's Stone, either one of these ancient dragons could cause untold destruction. The fact that they started with Scorchville is interesting. It's the closest one to Dragon's Perch, it's the easiest to acquire. It's also one of the forefronts for all of our magic that we use, all of our magic items and anything like that. Most of it comes out of Scorchville itself. We do have a lot in circulation, but more of the more simpler, mundane things that are day-to-day, a lot of them we're not going to be able to get. We'll see a decrease in healing potions and the like for a short period of time until other people pick up the slack. Biggest thing that is worrying to me, though, is that I don't know why nothing has happened yet.
Do you think that these two currencies are two separate instances of Philosopher's Stones being created?
They could be. The fact that there was two different energy sequences for both of them would lead me to think that it probably is two different groups. However, I don't know if they could be working together. There is a few processes to creating the Philosopher's Stone, a few different methods that have been tested and worked. However, Scorchville was a fairly small population. Scorchville would have been a stone with the size of about 40,000 to 50,000 people. This one here is one of, if you all are correct, somewhere in the millions range. The potency of this stone would be massive. I don't know if maybe the other one was a test, or if these entities are working together, or if the Dragon Perch's war has filtered down into our land and we're dealing with the after effects of them wanting to gain power for their own war. We'll have to do a bit more investigating and figure out what it's leading to. I would say I would believe it's two different instances. However, if the contacts know each other, that I don't know. One
it
of
could
them
very possibly be that they're just using us to stock up on war material, basically, for their own fight.
It could be.
Which is still very much not acceptable.
The one in Scorchville, from what my studies say, the potency of their Philosopher's Stone that they created would have been based off the blood. It would have used the actual blood of the beings that were alive as the transference for their power. The green one, I don't know. It was another method that was sought after by a necromancer who deemed it too dangerous to continue researching. A necromancer who deemed this too dangerous to keep researching. So I don't quite know. Many of these dragons are older than the wizards that we have on hand at the moment. The only wizard who might have insight we've reached out to see if she can come speak to us as soon as possible would be Hold. Epilis is the only one who's old enough that she might know information on what's going on here. But until she gets back to us, we don't really have a way of gathering any more information on a subject that is something that was sought away from the research that we found. There might be something in Dragon's Perch that might have a chance of giving us more information, but while we want to send forces up there at the moment, we're also dealing with a lot of jobs and a lot of inquiries at home at the moment. We're going to be sending teams out, but at the same time, we also really need to be focusing on home and getting a lot of this stuff resettled, as it were, from the balance of powers that have shifted around Sothiath. Peace might have befallen the world, but just like peace always befalls the world, it quickly leads to strife in other areas.
This is the way the wheel turns.
The disappearance of a stronger power just reveals weaker powers that now want to take their own stance and attempt at gaining more power.
Who's next to me right now? And or are we all sitting down?
You guys are you're sitting at a round table, so I mean, I'm guessing it's your group on one side. Thelgeek and Livery are kind of sitting on the other side. Thelgeek pushed his chair a little bit
next
back.
to Thelgeek.
That's fine. You can be sitting next to Thelgeek. It's a round table, so I mean, you're all sitting around it. Fulnia is kind of standing behind his chair at this point, on the other side, opposite of your party, opposite of a round table. So no.
So I'll kind of mutter under my breath so not everyone can hear. Hopefully, just our side of the table. Like, are we not going to talk about the elephant in the room where Fulnia said that he was a servant to?
No.
I will physically, with my much smaller body, elbow Dusk.
What did you see?
Can I like kick him under the table?
Sure, you kick him under the table. Well, I don't know
As
what.
Dusk withstands a barrage of attacks.
Yeah, but just like comboed by everybody.
You throw a dagger under the table.
You see,
Like,
you see the
Eldritch
eyes
Blast.
of Thelgeek squint a little bit. Sneck, you know for a fact that Thelgeek has some of the most powerful ears, some of the most
Exceptional
powerful
hearing.
eyesight and hearing that you've ever just seen. He kind of squints for a moment. Well, I don't know what exactly all of this is about, but we'll look after the towns the best we can, and we'll send groups up for investigation. That is the plan. We'll probably be sending some of our smaller forces into Dragon Perch itself. Some of our members who are more capable of stealth and more capable of gathering information by themselves, where if they get found out, it's only one person and not a whole group of people. So we'll probably be making our way home as of tomorrow morning. I can teleport some of you there. The majority of the force that is here is going to have to make our way by foot. However, in the morning we do have a meeting with the army of Sothiath, as well as the giant, to discuss what they want to do with Dry Gulch. The army of Sothiath claims that they should take a part of Dry Gulch land-wise, as they've been fighting the orcs for the longest time at Penshaw. The giants want their own claim to their own lands that exist here. Frankly, we don't really care. We're just kind of mediating, so land
There's
is
plenty
land.
of desert to go around.
There's just key spots that the army believes that they should be allowed to take. The giants disagree, so we'll go through that. Not here, no there. It's a simple dispute. Should be solved. Shouldn't be a problem.
Hmm.
I have no insight into
happy
such
that
thing.
you made it in time to die with me.
If you all want to make your way to the giant camp, I believe most of them are still awake. I don't know how many you came with. Exactly, there's about 30 left.
Well, that's better than we thought was going to be left.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Sorry
worth
about
the
that.
investment of that gem.
As many as they are, just thanks to you, Joe. Good job.
Not thanks to me, thanks to Tyr.
You're the one who
Word.
petitioned.
I mean, I asked, but I can't
I would
stress
say
enough
thanks to
how
Snack. I'm
powerless
the
I
one that
would
gave
be.
up the gem.
I mean, I cannot stress enough how powerless I would be without Tyr and Moradin.
I can respect that.
Then Snack.
That comes in handy. That's true. That's true. You did
I
good.
hate-
Little
I do haste you.
fiddle with his little silver and emerald
And
pendant.
yeah, Dusk with his haste. That's very helpful. Actually, you know what? It's really a team effort, but it's mostly on Tyr.
Snack by
Praise
the end of
Tyr
the
and
campaign is
Mordred.
just Snack the bestest god.
Yep.
But yes, I
Working
want to
up
go
to it,
see
man.
our friends.
Right. Well, we'll head out probably midday tomorrow. The majority of the forces. I do have business to attend to this evening, so I'll be heading back this evening, and we'll head back in the morning to teleport some of the more crucial members. If you would like to be a part of that, I can happily take you back home as quickly as possible. You all
Yes,
have
no more walking.
you all have definitely earned the fast travel, as it were, back home. We appreciate everything you all have done, and you will promptly receive a fair amount of payment that you all do when you get back as well.
Do you need the head? And a nudge Hilda to drop the head on the table.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no. This,
I'm gonna put it on the table.
The bill for that disintegration scroll is just waived at this point, right?
That's we can do that. That's not a problem. We can take it out of what you were going to get paid, which was a lot more than the disintegration scroll, which is
Thank
fine.
you for
Sounds
that.
fair.
by the way.
All right, let's go see the Giants.
Oh, also
To
you
everyone
can
involved in the delivery of that, thank you.
keep the head. I'm not a trophy person.
Maybe we can get it mounted.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we're definitely getting that.
Now, would that be insensitive to? We've
We
been
don't
gone
care.
for so long, I've forgotten everyone's names.
I do not want.
The
I do not want the face of an
armor.
albino orc stuck in our
That's okay, we can put it in the basement.
We
I
have
mean,
his crown.
yeah.
no, we should put it in the
can
front
put a
gate.
trophy
The
there.
front gate. To let everyone
What is
know.
wrong with you?
We s-
We've earned this head. That's what's wrong.
It's,
And I just kind of gently reach up to my ears because I have these devil horns as my earrings, and I'm like, is there something wrong with that?
you are an incredibly insensitive person. You know that, right?
to an orc?
To an
No,
orc?
she's gesturing to her devil horns as I point at mine.
Oh.
Seriously.
I mean, demons, tieflings.
This might be a
Same
prized
bloodline, different thing.
commodity because nobody will have one. King's head, orc king's head. 'Cause
Well,
it won't
according to
exist
Felgate,
anymore.
they're just everybody's running around with orc king heads in their back pockets.
I didn't say that.
Well.
I just said that, you know, it's been done before. It's a
How
great
many orc king
achievement.
heads do you
Hooray.
have back at home, Felgate?
I don't have any.
It's gross.
Are we jealous? You a
Don't
little
make
jealous?
me take that helmet back, you piece of shit.
Are you even wearing that right now?
It's back home.
Yeah, it doesn't even have it on.
I didn't have room for it.
Well,
But
there's
it's-
no one
I'm
at your
putting it
house.
back
It
on.
wouldn't be hard to steal.
Are you a thief, Target?
Oh, I'm not a thief.
No, I would never do anything like that.
Sure you wouldn't. I can hear you. I don't need to see you.
Hmm. Anyway,
Meeting
Yeah.
her.
to the Giants?
Let's go see our friends.
Basically,
Oh yeah.
all of the notes that I've taken that weren't used in a setting spell, like big observations, numbers and shit like that, everything, I'll just kind of carefully tear out of my journal and hand to Folnia, and just kind of follow the rest of the group out.
I will take notice of this and see if we can make heads or tails of some of these events. I appreciate all the work. Hope you all have a restful evening.
Yep, you too, Volnia.
Yeah, we'll see you in the evening.
Sounds like a plan. So, you all set out of the tent towards the giant camp?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can do that. Your arrival at the giant camp is... The general mood that you're sensing is very, very somber. There is not much... There's not much going on. Most of them are resting. Most of them are sleeping. They're eating together. They're drinking a fair amount together. But there's very much a somber kind of mood across the entirety of the camp. They are resting. You do make your way to Arog's tent/residence. As you find, he is not sleeping, kind of sitting eating. His right arm from the elbow down has been what looks like some sort of... Actually, give me a medicine check, Delg, because I think you'd be able to pick it up. Everyone else can give me a medicine check as well.
Medicine.
Medicine. I don't think I'm good at
I don't know about
medicine.
medicine.
That's with a +9. Holy crap, dude! I
It's
can't
okay.
roll.
You didn't need that high of a roll, so you're still good. You can tell that whatever this injury was, it was created by a large number of blades. He had taken a large number of blades to the same spot. This was not one clean cut. That severed his right arm. It's cut off from just below the elbow, kind of like not a clean cut. Again, it's jagged. It looks like multiple bits kind of cut off. As you look over the rest of the camp, he has a couple of his bodyguards with him. Oh, it is good to see you all. I'm glad to see that you all made it out of there.
Hilda, show him the thing.
Metal's charged.
Oh. The
The head. Show him the
Head?
head.
oh my god. Okay.
Everybody will have
Pull the head back out.
We did it.
Good. I would never want to see that head intact again.
You mind if I take a look at your arm?
It's manageable, but if you want to take a look, go ahead.
I'm gonna look it over and see how well attended it is and everything like that.
Give me another medicine check as you're giving it more of a close look. Okay.
There you go.
As you give it a closer look, you can see multiple puncture wounds around the side where the arm was that look almost claw shaped, as well as whatever dug into the place where this was multiple blows that looked like they sunk to the bone. You can see where different gashes are kind of through the skin at different angles. It looks like whatever happened, he was kind of held down for a moment as this arm was cut off. From the bone itself, from the other side of the arm does not look like it was cut at all. It looks like it was just severed.
Dragon?
No, we were fighting orcs and I was held down. They chopped off part of my arm. However, my brethren got me free. I beat them to death with it.
Well,
Respectable.
that is a mighty wound.
Doesn't it hurt?
No, it was a week ago.
Oh, right.
Phantom
yeah.
pains now, but
Well, I could probably do something about this. If you would allow it. I could come back tomorrow, and I could probably, grow your arm back.
if you would like to, I would not fight it. But it is not necessarily a bad thing. It is a respectful battle scar.
I mean, yeah, but I think your people need you at full strength, and I'm sure they're all fully aware you lost your arm.
One arm will not keep my strength down. But I understand what you are saying.
I'll give you time to think about it. If it's what you want, I will heal it. If not, I will respect your decision 100%. All right, friend?
I appreciate that. What did you all find other than Orkhead?
Dragon.
A lot of demons, dragons,
If only
Oh,
you
a
mentioned
dragon.
to me
a
the
dragon.
talk of a dragon that came through the gate. Our guards did not see anything.
Anything
She
green?
would have looked like an elf.
Well, I mean, nothing has come through the gate since you all have went in.
She would have harnessed great magical powers. She could have masked herself.
Yeah, it's very possible. Invisibility magic would not have been sensed by our guards. They are keen in eyesight, but they do not have magical prowess in that area.
We also found a corrupted celestial temple that was surrounded by a time dilation field. There was demons everywhere.
Sounds like a lot of interesting things. Did not know orcs were capable of. However, with the druid controlling the entire lands and raining acid on us, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that time dilation was within their realm of possibility.
Well, I mean, it's not so much the orcs doing it. They were in pretty deep with demonic forces.
That does make more sense. Demons are quite capable. Things that are beyond our realm. We did run into a few of them, helping the orcs out over time.
And I think they were taking that celestial temple and, if I recall correctly, turning it into a bridge to the demon realms and allowing powerful demons to come down through.
The day after the combat settled and we had taken the gate, there was some that showed up through some gate, tried to carry some of them off. We fought them back and they proceeded. I guess they failed. They did not take any corpses with them.
And they like to do that trick.
We weren't entirely looking for it, but red light in the night is not exactly hard to spot.
Mm-hmm.
What will you and your people do now?
We know where the rest of our people head. south end of Dry Gulch towards a older settlement. We will meet up with them there, head back to our home and rebuild it. As long as the humans agree to give it back to us. Their commander is trying to say that they should hold on to the lands entirely because they have defended their fort for so long, but the fort is several miles north of here. They have no claim over this land any more than the orcs do.
I say give them an outpost and nothing else, but that's
Let's
not my
work
forte.
together.
How about the mine? Are you planning on restarting up the mines?
At some point, possibly. Right now, it's more of we need to get our people restarted. We'll probably go back into hiding, as we have been. We had amassed a relatively large force, and our people had multiplied for quite some time before the orcs came back.
Well, if you get it operational again, I'm sure many of the people in Davenport could use the materials, so you can maybe trade for the materials for land rights.
Of course, once we get done rebuilding the city, we will be looking to sell the stone and selling the materials for possibly more of things that we might need.
Definitely.
I don't know how our food stores held up with everything going on. The orcs could have raided it during the attack. We'll see. We will let you all know we appreciate your help through everything that happened. I apologize that we couldn't be more help to you all after everything you did to us.
I mean, you
this
did.
cost you?
Your people did enable us to accomplish this. Without your help, I don't know if we would have made it.
All that you've done,
Happy
I think,
to fight to the last man when it comes to the orcs.
Take solace. Your assistance allowed us to kill the Orc King.
Good. Hopefully this matter is done with for now then. For now, I might settle into... I'll still hold on to my chiefly role, but... I think after this event, it's probably time for me to start training the next of kin. Not my son, he is... My son was slain in the battle today, but... There's always more. More lines, relatives that are nearby that we can train to. Hopefully be as wise as I felt I have been during this time.
Delg will offer... I'm sure that the followers of Tyr have their, their benedictions of the dead and stuff like that. And Delg will offer one.
Appreciate
a prayer,
it.
basically.
I appreciate it, but he would have been fine with his death. It was honorable. Death in battle usually is. As long as you do not run from it.
Yep, that's true.
So what all are you planning on doing? I know Fulnia mentioned that you all are heading out tomorrow, as long as he's going to sit over the debates between us to... I guess he has some standing and pull with the commander of their forces.
the way I understand it, we're being sent back home for at least a little while to rest. Because as you said, it was a week ago you heard that notice. So we've been running around for a fair amount of time. The time dilation nonsense really messes my brain a lot.
I mean, I could go. I'm good to go. I don't need to rest. How about you guys?
Do you want to heal his arm?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not saying go home. I'm saying I'm good to go. I'm fine.
Oh.
I'm gonna come back tomorrow morning and see if he wants his arm healed, and go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as
Perhaps we
that,
could also speak for the giants. They have been fighting the same battle as Fort Pencha has.
and
They've been fighting a more desperate battle.
Hmm.
They assisted us more.
If you all would do that, I would appreciate it. You all were one of the few outsiders who saw firsthand the battle that ensued. I would appreciate the help. No human has ever stepped foot in our canyon, as far as I'm aware.
We will do what we can, and for all that you've given, not just for our benefit, but for your own, all that you've lost, and for what you've aided us with, I think trying to speak on your behalf is the least of what we could do.
Well, I do appreciate that. Ugh. Kind of groans as he stands up for a moment. It is good to see you all. I'm glad you all made it back safely. However, I should rest for the evening.
Yeah,
Lots of
get some rest.
negotiations and sitting still for periods of time.
And I shall see you tomorrow.
I will see you in the morning, and I hope you all find rest and respite from your times you have spent.
Yeah, we'll see some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that you will have many stories that you can carry to future generations of your exploits.
Well, hopefully, Sothiath's a bit safer because of it.
Yeah, like remember that time Snack got trapped in a hole full of dark elves and he couldn't get out? That was a great one.
Get out.
I'm pretty sure he got out. I remember 2 others dangling on a rope trying to get
I
out.
don't know what you're talking about. Look, hey, have a good night. We're gonna go.
As
Take
we all
care,
went
Rock.
through, you remember that
Get
time
rest.
Snick set a forest on fire?
What? Oh, wow. Yeah, there was it was big trees too, right? That
Yep.
the flaming tornado. Yeah, that was
That
something.
was impressive.
That was horrifying.
It
I liked
honestly
it.
was.
How many miles wide was that tornado?
It was pretty big.
Just
it was
another
pretty.
example of my power.
Exactly.
A combined power.
Mm-hmm. The power of friendship and dynamite.
Yes.
That's the greatest wizard.
All right.
All right, I need to get some rest. All that running is not good for an 80 or 70-year-old man.
Yeah, the old man's not gonna make it much further. We gotta get him to bed.
On
Sleep
one
well,
hand,
friends.
I don't want to change backs. On the other hand, if I don't, I'm going to feel exhausted.
Like, you get a good couple nights sleep, you'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I've suffered worse, and I made it through.
The healers here could
The
probably
hell
help
you did.
Oh yeah, there are heroes here. Never mind.
There are healers here.
Mhm.
Yeah, but is it worth the expenditure when you could just get a couple nights of sleep?
Well, for me it's fine. For him, I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, if we're
Let me
going
rest
to
tonight, and if I
anyway.
need it, I'll talk to them tomorrow.
They can probably help you. They helped many of my men.
Yeah, we can
Alright.
stop. Yeah, who knows?
Let us retire for the evening.
So as you all make your way back to the, are you guys making your way back to the guild hall tent? As it
That's
were?
where he said the resting point.
Wherever the rest, yeah.
Yeah. You guys can make your way back to the guild hall tent, as it were. Making your way inside, you do find it takes a little while, but you do find empty rooms there that can accommodate all of you, and you all find rest for the evening. Is there anything anyone would like to do during their long rest? The first one you guys have had in a while.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I would like to work on the translation of that book that I haven't touched in forever.
Sure. I
you
totally
talked
have
about
the
that.
notes on that, and definitely know where those notes are.
The Dwarven King book or a different
Yeah,
book?
the Dwarven King book.
I actually do have it. Hold on. I
I have it written down somewhere. Just I'm getting my precious spell slots back.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too. 60% is translated.
Yes, 60% of the cipher.
You know what? I'll give you 1 hour of my time since I'm super exhausted. to help translate.
I imagine Dusk is going to go to bed, and then he sees Delg take the book out, and he's just like, "Ooh,
Yeah, I'm like,
Sleep.
okay, 1 hour, 1 hour.
you guys, I finally have my War Priest stacks back."
Yay!
I get all my
The
luck
book
points
is
back.
the book is in Dwarvish, right?
Yes.
So I'll also sit and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, group.
Delg will look a little bit surprised that Hilda's taking an
Well,
interest
I've
in the
always
book,
looked over you guys' shoulder.
but he'll,
I've never
he'll-
actually.
yeah, he'll welcome her to help.
Well, to clarify as well, the rest doesn't have to necessarily be sleep. It just has to be restful activity. Where you sleep, I think, what is it, like 6 hours is what you have to sleep?
6 hours. It
Yeah.
has to be 8 hours
Yeah.
rest and 6 hours to be sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so I'll invest 2 hours in fiddling with the book and then go to sleep. So
You can definitely do that.
I wonder if there's any wine around here. Could use a drink.
I feel like every D&D thread needs one dangling plot thread
There
that comes
is-
from the start of the campaign.
There is a full bar that was accessible in the main guild hall. So you could have your choice of cheap wine that they brought that comes with the demi-plane of the Magnificent Mansions casting, basically.
Oh, okay.
Hey, bring me a beer while you're at it.
All right, no problem. What would you like, Elda?
An ale's fine.
All right, I'll grab it. We can work and drink.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Are there any other mages from the guild here that I recognize?
None that you recognize. You do know Klaus has some magical ability. He was a bard that was with Thelgeek's group.
All right.
And
Sure.
apart from that,
I'll go to
obviously
Klaus.
you know Folnia as well.
Yep. I'll go to Klaus. Sure.
Okay. You knock on his door. He wakes up. Will, how you doing?
Hello. Do you know how to identify things?
Yeah, I could do that.
Could you help me out?
Sure. What are you looking at?
I give him the silvered sword with the gold pommel and the magic tome.
Sure.
It's only 2 things I haven't identified yet.
Yeah. Hold up. He will take time to help you out. Let me go ahead and get them both up for you.
We found these in
lucky.
the celestial temple.
That's something to look for. I'll see what they do. Need to find them on the wondrous items list because I definitely forgot to do that. I'll send you both the pages once I can. One of them will be easy to find. It should be easy to find, I say. No, it's not that. Not that. Is it in uncommon or is it in rare? It might be in rare. I think it's in rare. Two. Where is this item?
I don't know.
Is it just not labeled this? This website is being really slow at the moment. Okay, yeah. There you go. One of them is this. It is at a +2.
Yeah, it's been really slow.
Yeah.
A little slow.
And the other one, I feel like you know what it is, but I'll still send it to you anyways. And there you go. Good old faithful.
Yep.
Which won't really help most of you guys, but it's there. You can share what those are with the group if you would like. Go ahead and everyone give me, or you guys who are doing the investigating can go ahead and give me. Whoever wants to roll the investigation can do so with advantage, or you can roll individually.
I will let Dusk roll with advantage.
I have exhaustion right now, so I don't know if
Oh.
I.
Well, what's your modifier for investigation?
In.
Well, I mean, what's your number? Because mine is 0.
10. It's 10. Sorry, I thought you meant okay. That's fair.
You can roll at, with the help of Hilda and Delg, I'll say you can still roll at advantage. Double advantage versus 1 disadvantage. So clearly it 1 to 2.
It just works.
That's how D&D works.
How many rolls do you need? 1.
Just 1. 1 with advantage.
Oh
We're
yeah.
both the same number.
Okay.
It was meant to be.
It just was.
Do you have the percentage of how much you guys had translated?
60.
Okay, that is the number I had, so I was making sure that was the number that it actually was. You guys get all the way to 67%.
Ooh.
Woo!
Almost nice.
Yeah.
Give us 2 more % Caboose. You know you want to.
Maybe
Just
next
throw it in
time.
there.
We will get this damned book translated.
Oh,
one
fine.
day.
We'll figure this out.
We got the book translated. What is it? It's a cookbook. You son of a bitch!
Hey, at least we'll have dwarven perfect cookbook.
That
It
would be
basically
both
resembles
infuriating
cooking.
and wonderful.
Dwarven, I'm
King's
imagining this encrypted Dwarven cookbook is just a cookbook from the Great Depression.
Does it have vinegar pie? Because vinegar pie is delicious.
It's a 400-page book that literally all it does is discuss how to make the perfect rack of lamb. That's all it does.
Goddamn.
Or you can give it to Aster, and you can make or is it Ash? I forgot his name.
I have
Asher.
Asher?
Is that our cook? I forget his name.
Your staff's name is Ariana Asher in a road.
Yeah, we haven't seen them in a while.
You haven't seen them in a while, in real time and in game time.
I barely remember their names.
I wonder if they're still using our mansion or if they just
Yeah, are they even in our mansion?
Well, you know that Ariana was in Sheffield last you saw because she was given the job of leading the war effort there.
Oh yeah.
Rode was there helping them set up defenses, and then he was going to head back to Davenport. And Asher traveled with you back towards Davenport after the fight.
Oh right, yeah, that's right. He got really.
And who was in the room? Asher?
Asher, yeah.
Yeah, he was cooking at the guild tent.
Mm.
Our staff
I will
got
go.
commandeered.
I will go talk to Asher for a bit.
Right, sure. How you doing, DeLon? How's it going?
You know, you've probably heard this before, but I've seen some shit.
I've seen some shit as well, but most of mine, luckily, was from the back lines this time.
That's good. Well, good to see that you're alive and well. You've apparently been gone for a
Yeah, we had. He was telling me that you all hadn't contacted anyone for a week, so it was a bit odd. But the mention of
magic.
time dilation did happen at some point, so he kind of put 2 and 2 together and figured that there would be communication at some point. Time dilation is weird because when you're inside the field, sometimes it gives you the information immediately. The effects don't really take place until you get outside the realm of where it was, and sometimes it ends when the field ends. So I know that stuff can be a little bit odd, but I'll be here cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for everyone until we leave. So I figured the house was
something to look forward to.
the house was pretty empty, and a road had made his way back there, so he could watch over the place while I headed out and took care of the troops for a few days.
Have you heard anything from Sheffield, Ariana?
Yeah, we traveled through there to get here. I mean, after the orc fight, they lost a few people. Had some. They had one push that made their way all the way to the Blood Hall. Ariana took care of most of them, but some of Snick's family might not be there anymore. Who they were, I'll be honest, I don't know all of them. I
To
didn't
be
really
fair,
get
I
names.
don't think he'll care much. I think there's maybe 2 people in that entire town that he actually gives half a wit about.
One of them,
And one of them is here, and the
Fair
other
enough.
one I don't think is his brother.
I know his sister's here, and I know the town's relatively fine. Ariana's fine. She's just the reason that she joined the guild and took a role with you all was because she was a forerunner for a long time. She doesn't talk about this, but I know it. We've been friends for a little while. She used to be a forerunner or one of the scouts, scout leaders of the Elven army. She was the scout army that found the Orcish army that came to their front door a few years ago. She was the only survivor of the entire group of scouts. There was about 10 of them, according to her, and she joined up with another group of about 100, and she was the only one who survived, and she was the one who commanded them all. So, her job with the guild was actually to take a break from being a leader, but Sheffield kind of demanded a little bit more of her, so that's what she decided to do. So, she's just been kind of dealing with the rigors of leading again, and hoping she's making the right decisions.
We'll make sure that once we're all back home safe and sound, that we'll foot the bill for a nice little party. Get some good quality liquor.
I mean, if you want to, you could just go ahead and give me my back pay, and I'll foot the bill myself.
Oh shit, what do we owe you?
I don't know. I'm not worried about it right now.
We'll take care of it when we all get
We
back
can't
home.
really pay someone if we're not there.
You guys gave me enough front pay. I'm not really worried about it. We set up the kitchen and everything, so.
Good.
In war, money's not the first concern. I'm more concerned with just getting stuff done.
Yeah. I guess I'll leave you to it. I just wanted to check up on you because, well, it's been longer for you than it has for me.
No, and it's been a little while. Good to see you all are okay. Don't look like you got too scraped up and everything that happened, but it's been a little while.
We had
Your horns look a little bit longer.
Yeah, time magic.
That'll do it.
Yep. Couple of near-death experiences, but all's well that ends well, right?
I'm sure that, you know, after a few days eating my food, your horns might go back to their normal length. My food's been normal to make you younger.
That is something I can look forward to. Yep.
You all rest up, and I'll see you all in the morning. I believe I'm heading out with Fulnia's first teleportation back.
All right. I'll leave you to it then. Take care.
You too.
Seeing as I don't need to sleep, there's 2 items that I would like to look at once I find a place to lay down or sit down or whatever.
Sure. You guys have your own rooms, so you guys have your own rooms. If you guys would like, there's rooms with multiple beds, or there's rooms completely separate off from everyone. It's up to you guys what rooms you would prefer to take.
Let's see. The Urzog's Great Axe and the Dragon Skull Crown. Can I use my Eldritch Sight to see if they're enchanted in some way?
Let me look at the reading of Eldritch Sight real quick.
I can just post it for you if you would like.
You're good. That works. Okay, you can detect magic at will. The Great Axe itself contains 2 different schools of magic. One of them is necromancy, and one of them is evocation. The Dragon's Helm itself, the only type of magic it has on it. Hold, let me look up the spell pendant for what it is. It has abjuration magic on it.
What's the school of abjuration?
Just like defense.
Defense, like enhancements, stuff like that.
I will take
Like protection spells.
10 minutes to go ahead and cast Identify on the skull on the axe.
Sure.
The cursed blood axe, I'm not gonna touch.
Are you touching the
helmet first, the skull crown.
No, I was gonna say, are you touching Herzog's
The great
axe?
axe? Yeah. Kinda have to.
Okay. I have to make saves through that one.
Alright.
But well, you're doing the crown first. You take 10 minutes and you cast Identify on it. The crown itself does not appear to be magical.
Mm-hmm.
The magic that it has on it, that you sense on it, seems to just be protective magic over the crown itself, so that way it doesn't decay. It's not basically the spell that's cast over it. It can't be damaged by any. It's basically immune to all damage sources, and it cannot be destroyed unless it is put into a forge that is of a specific magma, which you have not heard of the location of.
Okay. So basically it has a enchantment of object permanence.
Yes, basically.
Okay. That's
It's the
neat.
One Ring.
Then
It's the One Ring, but it just doesn't do anything. It just makes itself exist. All right.
Then,
And the axe.
the sheer value of items we come across, I kind of take a deep breath and pucker up. Let's see what this thing's got for me.
Let me find the handout for the axe so I can tell you what you need to do.
What demon am I about to be enslaved by?
I need you to give me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. I will ask, is this any form of charm effect?
You don't know yet. All right. You feel a wave of a mind try to enter yours. However, it appears that whatever it is doesn't seem to have affected you. You take the time to cast Identify, and I will go ahead and give you the handout that goes with the axe.
Okay. So nothing obviously horrible has happened.
No. Boop. There you go. Right, you don't need to edit it. You just need to see it. There you go.
Where are you putting this?
It'll be in the handout section, bottom of the character area. It might be a closed tab.
Would it be under core or bio?
It'll be.
Wait, no,
it'll be in the.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it'll be one of the handouts.
Ooh.
To be called Blitzkrieg.
Okay. I see it. Ooh, I like that Skyrim axe. Oh. Well, shit. I'm gonna keep that to myself for now until I can determine what type of presence is in this.
Sure.
Go ahead and place it back in the bag of holding. That is terrifying.
God, I can't wait to see if there's one item that still exists in this world that none of my campaigns have uncovered that I really hope people uncover. So many cool weapons.
The last thing I'll do is kind of mutter out loud to myself in my fairy form. I will say out loud, I know we promised to talk, and that time is coming soon. And then I will transform back and flop on a bed.
Sounds good. So, you all settle in for your long rest. You regain all your hit points and all your spell slots and half of your hit dice. And we'll pick up again next time. And I will actually finish the overlay, because I didn't realize until this moment I never inserted all of the new HPs and ACs and everything. It's fine. It doesn't matter. You don't need to know that stuff. We didn't have any combat.
Yeah, there's no combat.
So yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We will be back next Wednesday, possibly. If not, next Friday. One of the two, depending on what happens with my work coming up. So we will figure that out. Make sure you guys tune in for my Saturday campaign that we'll be picking up again this week. Hopefully. We have a player who's been sick, but if she is feeling better, we will go ahead and start our level 5 Curse of Strahd campaign. And then Sunday for the continuation of Frostbane. Icewind Dale.
Icewind Dale.
We'll
Yeah.
continue our trek through finding out where
Chapter
we're gonna go
5.
next.
Chapter 5.
We finished another side quest. So we got one more
Chapter
check.
1 side quests, yep. As you enter Chapter 5.
We got another check mark. So now we can go to the other cities we haven't been in and do all of their side quests before we get back to the main story.
Yep.
Ariel's just going to be
'Cause the
sitting there the
Frostmaiden will
entire
wait for
time,
you.
just
Yep.
being pissed.
Yep.
We'll get all over leveled before we take on the final boss.
That's why you have to do it, man. But yeah, hope you guys have a good evening. Stay tuned for all of our D&D events. Does anyone else have any more announcements?
Not right now.
All right. Hope you guys have a good evening, and we will see you guys again next week on a day, and Saturday and Sunday if you guys show up. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.